There you go. What's up, everyone? I think you guys can all hear me. Let's see how this goes. I think I got it all. Really need like a dual setup going here. Anyways, wait for everyone to join in. Until then, I'm just gonna get started. Got lots of stickers, and away we go. You guys are in the chat. Come say hi. That's a top chat. Hey there. How you doing, Mark? Let me know if the audio sounds good too. Let me know I'm doing this whole wireless thing. So let me know if the audio sounds good. I'm trying to figure out as I go. Decided it was probably a good little spot to test the mic for the weekend, since that's what I'm going to be using. Try to get some content. Let's see what we get here. Marky Mark from the States. I guess I could change that over. Sounds pretty good. Okay. Maybe a hair low. We'll try that. See if that's a little better. I had it on it's all like through a little controller, so I guess we'll wait for a second for that to. It's a little bit of a lag here. Did eBay get deleted off my? For some reason, eBay got dragged over to my second page on my phone. There we go. Beautiful. Perfect. There we go. We're doing good, Mark. This is the fun part of the game. Pricing everything. Trying to do stickers for everything. I also am running the wireless mic with 2 cameras. Because boom. There we go. This is what I'm doing. It's all young guns. All a bunch of them. Trying to price them out. Got them divided by team. So now it's to put a price tag sticker on them and kind of go from there. So this is the joys of, once again, prepping for a show. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to be on here anyways. I get the question, when are you going live again sometime soon? I get that question quite a bit. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm going to prep, and we're going to go live. So you got a McTavish gun there? No, I sold my last one. I picked that one up for $30 Canadian, locally, and I was like, this guy doesn't know that it's too low. And then had it listed for $65 as a buy it now on eBay, and somebody grabbed it during the gold medal game. Surprise, surprise. So I'll move some of these. This is done. This is done. That's done. So you guys can kind of see what I'm doing. Okay, that one's marked. essentially, that's how I do it. Everyone's gonna do their card pricing thing differently. I essentially have that save. So the save was insane. Essentially, what I do is this. This is my Young Guns box. All my boxes kind of have something similar, but it's super simple because when someone's looking through my boxes at a show, they can just come up and they see the red. So instead of having to look for every single, price tag of whatever, and I usually have them divided by team, but somebody can just go red, blue, okay. Green, once again, is going to be like a marked as shown. They go blue, yep. Okay, a couple of yellows. Okay, that's a $10 card. That's a $10. So you can go through it really quickly to see what you want to spend. If you don't know you don't want to spend $10 on a card, you're just kind of looking for some deals, you can just go through all the reds. Super simple. So, hey Aiden, sorry. It's a little far away. But that's how I do it. Once again, I'm sure there's other ways to do it, but that way you can just mark on. And then the green, I just kind of use that as my depending on the price. I said I got Bowen Byram for 25 marked on them. The Rantanens are like 40. Panarin got it at 40. So gonna have a bunch of different stuff for the show. Once again, just trying to keep it as streamlined as possible, I guess is how to put it. So trying to get an idea of how I like these cameras too. This one's like a not so great camera. That's my usual camera for the stream, but usually I just have because I find like this camera, like sometimes you don't really get a nice look at the cards. So I usually just, when I record it, I just use like my phone, because my phone can kind of like get all the gloss and everything else of the shine of the cards, or the details of the cards. It does that good like focusing thing. That's what a phone is, and then I just put them together. But live stream, it's a little different. Looking for his program of I haven't come across his program of excellence yet. I do have later on. I gotta go through a bunch of stuff, but essentially Mason McTavish, what I'll have at the show is this one. So I got a Blue Dazzler, portraits, a couple marquee rookies. I got a marquee rookie in red somewheres too. Of his. I don't. Literally, you guys can't see it, but like this entire thing is just like the joys. I can move this camera around. Like I just have stack upon stack upon stack. I won't move it right now. Same as like behind me, like all of this shelf. I guess you can't really see it because of the cards program. That's pretty sweet, Aiden. Essentially this shelf here, that's all football stuff that I have to like do the same thing to. So it's gonna be fun. But again, gotta price some stuff. I've got a couple program of excellence. I actually got quite a few. I think I pulled like 5 or 6 of the things. So see what I can figure out. Makar, I've pulled everything but his young gun. I pulled his jumbo young gun. I pulled his bunch of other stuff. I just haven't actually been able to pull his actual young gun yet. Because why not? Why would I be able to, right? That's the joys. And we'll switch back there. Sampo Ranta. I've been a magnet for him so far this year. I don't think he's much. And then I have an Alex Newhook. Got a couple of them to sell. Again. And all I do when I do all this is you guys can kind of watch, but essentially I'm just going to go through it. Sampo. Ranta. Nope, not ranges. Click there. down to sold items if you guys haven't done this. If you guys don't know how to do it, sold items gives you a good idea of the comps. You have to scroll down. So there's one that's sold for $2. It's $2, $2.50, $5. Is that regular? That's one bid. $1, $2, $3. So I'll just put them up for $2, and somebody wants to get a good deal and buy all of them for $2. But even for these, like, get like a sheet of them instead of like using a whole sticker for a card this size. Like, just doesn't make sense, right? So I just cut them into 4s, do a little pizza cut out of it, and then same thing. Somebody can notice that at the top. So I just bring it on, stick it on, boom. So once again, when people are flipping through the box, flipping through the cards, it's just easy to see what the price is. I don't know. Works for me. I think I got that idea from Sam Rothstein on here on YouTube. So that I put that on an Alex Newhook. That Alex Newhook is not $2. Give me that back. Not making that. Yeah, it is an unopened. So my local hobby shop had it on sale. So I literally picked it up today. Maybe I open it during the stream later. If I get enough people in here, if I get like 10 or 15 people in here concurrently, then maybe I open that up. Because I need more cards to open up here, right? I need more things to do right now. Also, kind of wondering how long this is gonna last. This I just destroyed that. Kind of wondering how long this mic's gonna last for. Plugged it in, and it stopped being red on the on it. So no deal. Not as marked. I do have a couple. That'd be one that if I had it on it, I would just be like, yeah, that's my bad. Like, if I get to the show and I have something marked wrong, that is on me. So, Alex Newhook, the Newfie boy. We got here. $17.50. I haven't actually checked his prices in a while. That's fine. I'll take the false advertising claim to keep them. $20, $15, $19. And they're all over the place. $15. Let's say it's gonna be $15. It's gonna be fun. Excited for the show though. Again, haven't had a show in a while. Boom, $15. Be nice to get back, have another show. Get rid of some of my junk I got here. I keep on looking over there for like chat, and then I realize I gotta look at the camera. Yep. Tom Moore, hello, new to the channel. Keep up the good. Hey, thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, buddy. Try to do what I can. Lots of hockey. Lots of football. That's like I said. I was showing everybody earlier. Like all that's football. It's this one. There we go. Literally, it's just like stack upon stack. Like I got 1, 2, 6 stacks of cards there that I gotta go through eventually at some point. So. I did see Kessel sign with Vegas. I don't know what Vegas is doing. I'm really confused about Vegas. They just, oh. I'll check that out later. I try to do this stuff late enough that I don't have to actually do actual work, but I still have people messaging me. the joys of actual work. The thing that allows me to play with this hobby. Is it $5? $6.83. $3.50. Yeah, these are $5. That's what they're gonna be. Jesse Yo Lennon, get the double canvas and non-canvas. I'm sure some Leaf fan will be, or some Leaf fan. So, I'm sure some Canadian fan will be happy to grab that. Well, Canadian fans don't enjoy being called Leaf fans. I can't watch your football rips anymore. Yeah, football, it's a whole nother. Luckily for you, Mark, in the States, you're probably a little easier. It's probably a little easier on you for price. I don't think your Walmarts are quite as bad as what our pricing for our Walmarts are. Our Walmarts freaking suck for football product. For hangers and blasters and all that, it is not a fun time. Grigori. Price these out. Oh, I can't, Tom. I can't do the baseball. I've tried. I got a couple. This is my baseball card. Where is he? Right there. My one baseball card. We got a Spencer Torkelson. First Bowman. First overall pick. But it's like, for baseball, it's just like, take 12 years for them to actually like pan out. And I don't really have the patience to like wait for that. And then I gotta know like farm teams and prospects and stuff. That's just way too much work for me. I like baseball, don't get me wrong. I watch the Blue Jays play, which is kind of what we get up here for the most part. You get the people that are the Yankees fans or the Red Sox fans or whatever. But I just can't do the whole card thing. It's just half of them aren't even in the right jerseys, and the first Bowmans aren't even the good pictures usually. Like the Spencer Torkelson is a decent picture, but a lot of them are. Oof. Football's very like, you get the gratification like right away. Oh God. I don't understand what's going on here. $6.50. Another $5 one. I think. Yeah, that's fine. We'll go $5 on him. Comps are so weird for cards, by the way. Like you get some that are like, oh, this one sold for $2. Oh, this one sold for $10. Oh, this one sold for $5. It's like, shipping plays a factor though. Like if you're charging, like because I want to pack my cards right and stuff. I charge like $4.50 to like ship a card because I'm gonna have like a top loader. I'm gonna have all this other stuff. Did I lose that? Oh, it's right there. But like if someone's charging like $1.50 and just wants to send it in like a regular mail, like a regular letter envelope, that's fine. I'm just not gonna take that risk personally. Everyone's different. Josh Allen. Oh, Josh Allen's one guy that I should pick up more of. So I think the guy's gonna be really good. The big guys are just odd because like you're just like, have they reached the peak of what they're gonna be worth? And then you're like, probably not, right? It's probably hasn't reached the top. It probably has more of a chance to go up higher. But it's like, how much higher? Like Josh Allen's like, he's already the, odds-on favorite to be the MVP for the league. Like, how much higher can that price go? It's a $2 guy. Remember Alexi Heponiemi was like the big guy and one of the big guys in Extended Series. It was like him and Kaliev. Now he's a $2 card apparently. Ooh, last year's Extended. I was having that conversation today. It was we're talking about just like the difference between this year's and last year's Extended, but on the New Jersey Devils, we got some Kevin Balls. Got I think I'm gonna keep that actually. Kenzie Blackwood. Some Dawson Mercers. Michael McLeod. An auto of his. Mason Gertzen. I feel like he was like a Avs prospect at one point. So Marky, I missed that. Sorry, I didn't read the rest of your question. I like Optic personally. I'm a sucker for Optic. Optic's like the higher of the two. Donruss is like the first one that comes out. So usually it's a not as nice picture. That year they don't have the helmet on, and then you put they get the helmet for the Optic picture. Essentially, it's the same thing. It's them kind of standing back, whatever. But Optic typically sells for more. Depends what you want. If you just want a nice PC card that has Josh Allen on it, just grab a Donruss. If you just want a Josh Allen one, saves you money. But it's all up to you. I like a Donruss would be like kind of like not as glossy, and then like a. Where did I put that? I have. Nope, not that file. This file? Yeah, so like this is a Optic of like Justin Herbert at the base. So it's just got like a little bit of a gloss finish to it. Again, I'm a bigger fan of that than the other way. Jake Neighbors. I might have. I think I have one Jake, but I think I got it in the grading pile. I think. Yeah, I got one, but that one's getting sent to PSA as soon as they drop the prices. Lucas Raymond, bunch of more Marvel stuff. That's all getting graded. Some Chargers. Trey Lance, another Zach Wilson because I'm a sucker for punishment. Byfield, Lundell, Dawson Mercer, LaPierre, Spencer Knight, Cole Sillinger, Elvis. It's all going to get graded as soon as it's Optic is my whole Justin Herbert collection is. I have a couple Prism of Justin Herbert, but all of my Justin Herbert Prism I'm probably gonna keep one base one, but they're all base. I'm gonna sell these two this weekend. I'm selling that base one too. I have like 3 of them. So, but yeah, for me, Optic is just like Optic looks way better. Plus the autos, if you get the autos of it, autos are on card for the most part in Optic. Way better for that. Just everything about Optic. It's all sticker auto for Prism. I don't know. Just not for me. Thanks, man. Yeah, no, that's my grading pile. I have way too much. Also, if you guys haven't checked out yet, I think actually I'm going to put that in the grading pile too. I meant to do that. I got lost over in some cards. This is the latest PSA submission, the episode for it, but Bunch of PSA 10s. Tim Stutzel came back at 10. That was an HGA 9.5. Jalen Hurts, Honors Auto. And the old T-Law purple out of 500. So, pretty good. Oh, yeah, and then the J-Love, that came back at 9. But cracked ice looks sweet. Oh, Peachy Platinum, yeah. Next one up is Mike is Clear Cut. Comes out next week, but it's only one card. So, I'm trying to decide if I should get it. It's like I don't even know the price. I'm assuming everything's $400 now Canadian. So I'm assuming it's going to be $400. So, oh yeah, then I'm going to crack this. This is going to go in the grading pile too. I'm going to crack this. Bunch of 9s on it, but it's actually pretty clean. And it just be, even if it doesn't grade a 10, you never know, maybe it does. But if it doesn't, then I'll just have a 9, a PSA 9, and it'll grade easier. So, that's the plan with that one. Yeah, clear cut I'm not a huge fan of. It's just like so much of a risk. I say that, yet like I've only pulled a handful of cards when it comes to like Cale Makar. And I pulled his NHL debut, so not his canvas. So it's a canvas card, but it's a NHL debut card plus an embellished endorsements or something like that. It's an auto card that I had to get. It was a redemption. So technically, like 2 of my like 3 or 4 big Makar cards came from that one thing. So Kevin Ball, I think he's just $2. There's some of these that I won't price out, like Patrick Kodorenko. I'm not gonna like search them, but some guys, it's always good to check. Like the odd guys, sometimes you don't realize. All of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, people are super high on Kevin Ball because he popped off, or he's been talking as he's gonna be the first pairing defenseman. So every single that's not the case with this one, but it's like every single New Jersey Devils fan is going crazy about Kevin Ball because he's apparently looking really good and he's going to be like on the top pair, and it's like, oh sweet, but not the case. Not the case this time with Kevin Ball. Some point I'm going to leave you guys, and I got to go upstairs and say goodnight to the girlfriend. Probably not for like another half an hour or so, I'd say. I would say. I just wish the autos were a little easier to pull in Upper Deck Series 1. Yeah, autos were never a big thing for Series 1, Series 2, like that stuff. It's just not really part of it. It's like the chase for them is more just the Young Guns exclusive, clear cuts, all that stuff. So, but I understand, sort of, but it'd be kind of nice if it was a little easier to pull something. That's why I like Extended. It's like just numbered cards, just all that stuff. She'll send. None of these were French? Nope. Then before every show too, I kind of go through that whole box I have. I'll just like skim through it to see if there's any guys that I remembered. Like once again, I was on the receiving end of this. You know, a guy didn't update his price on the Mace McTavish, and I got it for, half the price of what I am selling for. So, Dawson Mercer is the next one up. Neither one of them will 10, but one of these, I think one of them's got like some major fuzzies going on. a lot of these cards, like a lot of the series too. Hey Axel, how you doing, buddy? Good hanging with y'all. Hey, thanks Tom for stopping by, man. Do I break with GP? I did like once or twice, Mark. I think I haven't broke with him a whole lot. Sometimes I just like stop in the chat just to like watch people rip product. But I haven't done that. I haven't broke with them in probably a couple weeks. I think I broke with some SPA with them. It was the last time I was breaking with them, I think. Maybe. Dawson Mercer. Is he 15 bucks? 20 bucks? $15. 560 for an exclusive. Jeez. French is 45. 45. 15 bucks for these. They seem like they're good guys. Like I said, I don't really know them from a hole in the wall, but I broke with them the once, maybe a couple times now, but I really like taken a step back from like breaking. Like I just. When I tell you that at one point I was having an issue and a problem because I was breaking too much, just believe me, I was. It was bad. I was just like breaking constantly, which is why I have not even so much like hockey. Like hockey, I don't mind breaking, but it is what it is. There's a couple times I hit actually an auto from the cup of Cale Makar through a break. But you guys have probably seen it on the channel. But I was just like, football and basketball. Not even so much basketball, but mostly just football, but just a stupid amount. I was like, why am I doing this? I'm smart. I know what players are good. I can pretty much usually figure out what's a good deal on a card. I like prospecting. Like, why am I breaking? So again, it's all in moderation, right? I think if you're doing it a couple times, do it once or twice a month, or a couple times a month, then it's probably fine. But like, yeah, I was like multiple breaks a day. Bad idea. Do not recommend that. Not a bad thing. Yeah, you have like, I got lucky. I have coming to me. I'll see if I can pull it up here. I use like ship my cards for like a lot of stuff now. I've done a couple of videos of it and stuff. It's pretty simple to use, but for anybody in Canada, it's like if I'm buying a bigger card, I'm like shipping it there. It also makes it easier because I can ship. I have a separate eBay account just for buying from the States. But if I see like a $2 card or a $5 card or $10 card, I don't want to spend the $25 shipping that they automatically charge you from the States, plus brokerage fees, plus whatever. I just use that. But still in request, jeez. I have. This is a guy I break with a bit, so these aren't all from one break, but I have that coming. Oh, should probably switch my camera again. Not wrong one. There we go. So I have this coming to me. It's a Zach Wilson Contenders Optic Auto at a 75. So, once again, not the greatest picture of all time. But I hit that. And that, which is a Zach Wilson The Rookies Hollow Auto. I think it's at a 99 or something like that. Anyways, I hit both those in the same break. off of like a $20 filler spot. So paid $20, had the chance to possibly get to draft a team, and I finished with the top spot. I picked the Jets, and then I got both those cards in the same break. So once again, you can get lucky once in a while, but like you can also spend that $20 and I could have hit nothing and not get a single team to draft. So I could have just thrown $20 at the window. So yeah, there's good and bad. I just so happen to be on the bad side of it more often than not for a long time. So I was just like spending way too much. Again, great guys. Everyone I broke with, I like suggest them. Like SD card breaks. He does a lot of football, a lot of basketball on the channel. Like him, Alex, great guy. Got Jake that works for him now too. And then the guys over at Buck City Breaks, they're awesome. I'd recommend them to anybody. If you're in Canada, the nice thing about them is they don't charge you for shipping to Canada. Hey Nick, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, if you're in Canada, they don't charge you any extra for shipping. SD Card Breaks does. He would charge you for like your package. Once again, you could use Ship My Cards. That's what that was. I got him to ship my stuff to ship my cards address now. But what we got here? But once again, I would recommend those guys. Like I said, all of them super good guys. Honest. I know there's a lot of like weird stuff going on with breaking nowadays. You just never know. Gert two E's. Gertson. It's good to hear the audio is good though. I was worried about that. I was like, I bought this whole like wireless mic setup for this weekend, and I was worried that it was gonna like sound like not great. Now I'm not around anybody. Not in a crowded arena or whatever it's gonna be at. I don't even know what it's gonna be, but I'm not in a crowded area. $2, $2, $2, $2, $1, $2, $2.25, $2.50, $2. Yep. She's a $2 card. The breaker has a draft for the teams in that. So that one there, Mark. What it was is he had a couple teams that were left. So he, in that case, he had everyone bought. It was a pick your team, like a pay for your team. So you get to pay for whatever it was, $150. I have no idea what it was. $150, say, for the Jets, and $44 for the Steelers or whoever it was, right? So you picked all your teams, and then if he gets down to the end and guys haven't bought, usually it's the bigger teams, but like you have your, that one there, you had the Jags, and they'd split the Jags into two things. They had the Contenders Optic box as one, and then the Optic, like Donruss Optic, as another one. There you go. Use my hands for everything. But then the Jets were like, if you drafted the Jets, you get the Jets, and then there was the Bears. So essentially, in that one there, I think everyone paid like, it was like 24 spots, $20 a spot, top like 6 people once you randomize the list, got to draft those spots. So there was, I'm just saying, like, I don't know the exact number, but say that was the case, there was like 18 people that paid $20 for nothing. But there were 6 people that got, I think the Jets are probably like $140, $150 that day. I got the Jets for $20, right? So it kind of works out back and forth. Nick, that is 100% true. Like 99% of the time you lose. Or you're going to get a card that you probably wouldn't have been much different if you just bought it from the get. Now, obviously, you have the odd chance. Once again, in this case, for this example I'm using, I got the Zach Wilsons for $20, and they're, I don't know, like $600 probably worth of cards. So that works out. But once again, I've lost way more often. There was a time when I bought the Chargers, and for a few $100 in like bigger breaks, and like walked away with like a base card or two, which at the time were still like $100 for a base card, but it's like I just spent $300 or $400 and I got a $100 base card. That sucks. Those are not the good feeling days. Those are the days you're like, oh God, why'd I ever do that? Apparently that's a $5 card. So yeah, I would have looked at this at $2. Somebody almost got a good deal. Instead, I'm gonna charge them what it's actually worth, $5. Wouldn't have guessed that. Yeah, I like the team. The PYTs, if you're going, like, sometimes there's good value ones. Like, at one point I was buying them with SD card breaks. He had the Brooklyn Nets in Mosaic from this year. He had them for like cheap every time. It's like $20, whatever it was. And I was like, man, they have like stained glass, and I think there was like 2 or 3, like, I think KD was in the stained glass, James Harden was in stained glass, and stained glass was like popping left, right, and center in the Mosaic, and maybe even Kyrie. But then I was like, even if I hit, like, they don't have a good rookie, but like even if I just hit like a low number parallel of like Kevin Durant, it's doing pretty good. So sometimes a PYT is kind of good, but for the big teams, it usually it doesn't work out. Usually you're paying almost the same amount to hit one of the hits. Or essentially would have been the same price to buy that card, a Zach Wilson or whatever. Like, you really have to hit it big for it to make sense. So, what am I gonna do now? Alexi, I bring the Panarin Young Gun canvas to the next card. I am. So Alexi, I'm going. This is all for the card show this weekend in Halifax, Alexi. So if it doesn't sell, then I will be bringing it to the show also. But I'm bringing it this weekend to the show. So we'll see how that goes. I've never been to this show. I'm like pumping it up. I've been telling people, I've been putting it in videos and stuff. I haven't even been to the thing yet. But I don't know. Apparently it's 40 vendors at the 130 tables. So I'm hoping it's good. I'm also not driving. I'm not staying there because hotels are ridiculous now for price. Like, hotels, I stayed with the girlfriend for the McKinnon Parade in Halifax last weekend, and I paid $380 taxes in for a hotel, plus my parking, which was 20 some bucks. Actually, I get the parking for free. It's a pretty good time, not gonna lie to you guys. The guy forgot to charge me for it, and then I asked the next day if I could extend it, and the guy's like, oh, actually he didn't charge you for it. I was like, oh, even better. My girlfriend laughed at me. She's like, you've been bragging about that you got free parking. You are officially old. You're excited about free parking. And I was like, some things you gotta get excited about. I feel like it's an endless cycle that you just keep pumping up the prices of boxes. The people that use the bots to buy out all the retail to resell it higher for the most annoying. Yeah, the boxes, like, I've sold stuff. Like, I bought retail and resold it. Like, I have some Pokemon stuff that I've literally sat on. It's sitting the next room over, and like where I usually record all this from is like the actual like man cave area, and like one of the displays I have like a bunch of like Pokemon cards, and like the boxes are 3x 2x 3x over what I bought them for. But I understand what people are saying. Like, it's, some of it doesn't make sense. Like, for me, and like I said, I bought stuff and I've sold it for way higher. I don't understand the point of buying. Like, I feel bad for buying a blaster box at $50 Canadian for football. It makes me want to like. Also, by the way, you guys watch some of those videos because I'm gonna keep on putting them up over the next 2 weeks. I got 3 more to release for like my divisional breakdowns. One of the videos, pretty good, not gonna lie to you guys. I was almost losing my stuff. But yeah, like, some people are buying like Prism, like even like 2020 with like Herbert, they're like, yeah, I'm buying a blaster box for $150. I'm like, of like Prism. It's like, you realize like a Justin Herbert, if you hit it, which is not that often, is like not much more than the $150 you're buying this for. Like, you, I don't know. People and the way they attack this stuff doesn't make much sense to me. Somebody wants to pay the money, I understand it, I guess, but some people don't realize, like, they think everything's worth $1 million. And now in sports, like football and stuff, like, base cards aren't worth what they used to be, right? Every base card was like $5 during the pandemic, and now it's not that way at all. It's definitely not that way. Base cards, if you get some couple bucks, I've seen there's like a Chase Young, it's like $10 Canadian now for like a base optic. I was like, holy, you're like one of a dying breed. Some Calias, got a French one. I almost would have maybe not noticed that. People investing in sealed box. Yeah, like I said, the online resellers is like, some of it's crazy. I think it's like some of the places you see it's like, geez, what are you paying for? Like, once again, I'm not big into paying the big money for basic boxes. And once again, MJ Holdings and Walmart screw me over enough as it is. I don't need for the rest of them to screw me over too. I said that's $50. Like, there's some people that would sell, like some breakers that are like, oh yeah, I'm personaling blasters and it's $80 for a blaster. I'm like, who is paying these prices? It's crazy. 11. Calia's gonna be $10, I think. 9. Is that a French? French is 25. 11, 12. Yeah. So 10 for the regular, and what color is 10? Yellow. 10 for the regular, and do a custom for the other one. Yeah, the bots are just, that's been the way it's been for like a lot of other stuff. Like, I think that like kind of really started in like the shoe game. People were like bots to like get Nikes and stuff. Again, I don't come from that world. My most expensive pair of shoes is a pair of cowboy boots, so it's probably not the same as, I don't think I'm the demographic for that. If I'm buying cowboy boots, Nikes, and the shoe world probably isn't for me. I'm just gonna check this email. Done. I'm excited though to get for the card show this weekend. It's gonna be pretty good. Pretty good. It's just nice to get out there, see some people. I was even talking to my buddy that he might like be coming. Nick, you're in my neck of the woods. How many hawk cards have been selling the past few months in Canada? Nick, here, I'll show you my eBay. I haven't really sold tongue tied. I haven't really sold much. This is my eBay in the last like little bit, so I'm gonna ship that tomorrow. Good reminder. Thanks for reminding me. Keandre Miller, Broberg. So I've sold some. Some of it was not as bad. Up here in Canada, the big thing with hockey, and I don't know if with you, But the big problem that we ran into, people are like, oh, the price of hockey cards finally dropped like everything else. And the problem actually was that it was actually the reason why the hockey card prices dropped, and you're going to really see this with hockey cards because a lot of them are sold up in Canada, obviously. Probably like, I don't know, 80% of them. Canada started charging tax for eBay, which I know is a very common thing for people in the US. It is not a common thing for us here in Canada. So, that's a big deal. There's like Alberta that charges 5% tax, but where I live in New Brunswick, it is 15% sales tax. So if I buy something for $100, it actually costs me $115. Hence this box of extended series that cost me $110. It was actually on sale. Good deal. $110, but actually, cost me $126.50. Right? Something like that. Yeah, $126.50. Not fun. Cabo Caco, I don't think he's $35 anymore. I'll check. Bedard's rookie. Bedard's gonna be the only problem with Bedard is like his stuff is. I think he's gonna be really good. If Alexis Lafreniere was $300 a card coming out, like a Kaprizov, like all those guys. What is a Bedard coming out? Is Bedard a $500 raw young gun? Like, is he more than McKinnon raw? That'd be my. Once again, now you guys get a discount in the States. That means if it's $500, it's $375, give or take, maybe $400. But still, it's a lot of money for a kid that's never done it. But yeah, that's, to be honest, Nick, that's where I've done a lot of my stuff lately. Is I've done like, that's not the right guy. I've been like really leaning into towards grading, picking stuff up for a good deal, or like if I'm ripping something, keeping an eye on it, and selling it for a good deal, or grading it if it's a good deal. Don't know if you saw earlier, but I was showing everybody else. By the way, this is not the most efficient way to prep for a card show. So this, actually, the other way would have been better. This is like my next PSA submission. I'm essentially waiting. PSA is talking like they're apparently going to drop the prices to grade. Could be like for the start of September. But lots of Marvel 1990 stuff. So cheap to pick up. And if you hit a 10, it works. So everything there should be. Now obviously they're 30-year-old cards, 32-year-old cards, so they might not grade a 10, but even if they come back at 9, you get your money back. Capo Kakinen, 30-20. Put that down to 30, I guess. Again, that's why you gotta update some of this stuff. I was telling my buddy the other day, you really wanna. I understand everybody wants to have a little bit of room when they're selling their cards at a show, and I understand it. Like I have no problem pricing at the top end of what a comp is, right? If there's a couple comps for like if it's like 30, like this one, it's like 30, 25, 20, 30, 25, 22. Like I have no problem pricing at 30. But if I was to leave that, maybe 35 is not the end of the world, but say this was like a $40 card like a couple months ago and I still had it at 40 or 45 or 50, then it's like, those people aren't going to want to look at your table. Because if I'm looking around and I know that the price of these is $30 and I have it up for 50, someone's going to walk up and go, okay, that guy's stuff's all overpriced. I'm not going to bother, trying to buy anything off his table. I'm not going to look up comps on everything else because I know this card was, it's $30 or 25 to $30 and he's got it up for 50. I might not know the price of a Bowen Byram, but maybe his Bowen Byram's probably overpriced too if his Capital Kakin is overpriced, right? So you're really going to look at all that. Heard good things about them submitting. So Mike, the only problem I have with like using Mint, and I've mentioned it before, and this coming from a guy that used HGA, and I've cracked a lot of my HGA stuff, is the resale, right? You're just not going to get a great resale for it. So like now, for example, I had a Tim Stutzel HGA 9.5, and I just sold one for $120 on eBay like a couple days ago. I graded, and the HGA, like the 9.5 is essentially the equivalent of a PSA 10 back or forth, whatever. But I just submitted and cracked one of my Tim Stutzels from HGA and submitted with PSA, and I got a 10, and I'm now able to sell that for $300 Canadian. So I'm almost 3x with PSA what I would have got from HGA. Now, once again, it's coming down. Like it's still $30 for your basic value submission. $50. Like I paid essentially Canadian for all these. I paid $65 Canadian to grade all of them. That's pretty much it. By the time I get like shipping there back, we sent a lot of cards there and stuff, so the shipping wasn't as bad. Like you're not going to ship one or two, but it's gonna $65 to do it. But then if I get a 10, if you're looking really hard at the cards, the chance of what I'm going to get back for like resale value out of that is so much better from them. I've seen a lot of good stuff about SGC. If I was not going to submit with PSA, I would, at this point, I think I'd go SGC. Quick turnaround times. Even if I was in a spot, like if I was in like Ontario, where there's a freaking show every week, I've gone like 3 months without a show. But if like places where there's like a show every single week, 100% I'd probably agree with SGC. I just pick up cards, send them out, get them back in a week and a half, 2 weeks. But I understand why everyone does different stuff. Again, I'm no expert when it comes to this stuff. I try to enjoy myself. I try to help people if I can, but some stuff sad. Dude, his junior cards are Marky Mark. His junior cards are crazy. I don't understand buying the whole Team Canada cards. They don't make sense to me. I also did a $50 card, 2-card order. Justin Fields, Neon Green Pulsar, and a Mac Jones Silver. Both get 10s, but I'm not sure if I want to try to sell them ASAP or wait till the week one. Nick, I would sell them ASAP. Typically, even like now, it's kind of starts to go down. Especially Justin Fields. Once again, my opinion only. The Bears are going to stink. And if he goes out there and he goes 7 for 21 or 12 for 22 for 146 yards in week one with no touchdowns and a pick, his prices are going to go down. So I would sell, personally, like my Zach Wilson's, I'm kind of hoping for a last little bump, for like a good news, like, hey, look, we think he's going to be ready for week 1 or 2. But all of his stuff I want to sell. My plan was to sell it sooner rather than later. That's why I sold my big Zach Wilson like a couple weeks ago. Did I look that up? Did I do this? $2, $2, dollar, $2, dollar. Yeah, football. If you think a guy's gonna do good, like I would hold personally. Again, this is just my opinion. I would hold Trey Lance's stuff for football. And 1 second.
Are you recording?
Right there. It's on. I guess you can put it in front of this one. You might want to watch your... Put it right there. The girl from Found a Frog outside wants to show me. Dear God. Everyone saw your legs, by the way.
Can you cut that out?
It's a live video, so.
Oh,
I'll be right back, everybody. Give me a second. And we're back. Oh, God. Let's see here. What do we got here? Dude, PSA so expensive. MNT. That's some of the same stuff I submitted except the Marvel. Yeah, Marvel to me it's like super. The Marvel stuff is like super like easy. If you are looking really well at them and aren't taking huge risks, like I have some that I'm like, it could go an 8, could go 9, maybe a 10 if the guy's really nice. Most times I'm not submitting those, but if I'm at like 9 or 10, grading them all a day, because even at 9 you're gonna get your money back for most of those Marvel cards. So like worst case I break even on grading. Now I'm sure I'll get a couple 8s back. The latest submission I think I got like 20 some, 20, 25, 20 something like that. Cards, Marvel cards from our latest submission should be back in like probably 2 weeks, maybe even less than that. It was a value, the $18 value submission. It's flying through there, but was super cheap. So to me, the Marvels is super simple. I just did $50 card. Okay, talked about that one. 3 Lucas Raymonds. Should I sell the 2 of them and grade the best one? Mike, it really depends. If they're all in good shape, I'd grade them all. Once again, I only grade if I think I can get a 10, or if there's a potential for a 10. Now, some stuff, depending what it is, like I cracked this. I gotta move this back. I cracked this from an HGA 9.5, and I was pretty sure I was gonna get 9. I was like, if I get a 10, the guy's drunk. But I did that because a PSA slab's easier. Now, Lucas Raymond raw is like super easy. Sell that Lucas Raymond, but like I said, if you get 3 that are all 10, the only problem you're running into with like that stuff, and this one's probably, so like this one's got it a little bit, you might not be able to see it, but like the top edges of them are like usually not the best. Like this one's got a little like chip. It's hard to see. This camera here is not the best for focusing and stuff. It's good from like far away. You can kind of get the basics of it, but yeah, like a lot of them are like chippy on the top. So it all depends on the condition of them. I would try to grade as many as possible, personally. Once again, everyone's different, but I do it. How did I pay $65 Canadian? So they were the economy, but you could probably even submit it value, which would be less. So like value's $30 American. So, and that should be going down. That should be getting lowered. Like that stack I have is literally for the day that PSA says, hey, we're actually lowering our price from $30 for value down to, because PSA's dropped all their prices. But as soon as they're like, hey, we're going to go, at one point it was like $200, 100%. Did not, that's why I submitted stuff with HGA. I was like, it doesn't make sense for me to submit with PSA at $200 a card. But there's a $30 option for PSA for value. Once again, I'm just like a stickler, so I'm like, if I can wait another like 2 weeks and all of a sudden it's $20 a card, then that makes more sense for me. And I don't know what they're gonna drop it to. I'm assuming it's probably gonna be around $20. They're waiting to catch up on their backlog, which I think is about 1 million cards. Neo Cards and Comics talked about this on YouTube, but I think it was about 1 million cards. They were in backlog from grading, and they were grading about 1 million cards a month or something like that. So I think they were going to be caught up at the end of August. So September, I'm assuming once they're caught up in the backlog, they're going to say, hey, look, the value submission of $20 or $15 or whatever it's going to be, we're going to go back to that for our value. Now, it could take you 3 months to get it back, 3 to 4 or 5 months, whatever it is. It is what it is. So, but 65, it was $50 American for the economy. So what is that? 50 USD to Canadian. How often do I use that? All the time. 50. So yeah, 64.77, and then I shipped it with a bunch of other cards with my buddy. So it was about like $65 a card, because like the shipping was like $1. Not even $1 a card or whatever, because we ship so many. So yeah, it was around like $65 a card. I paid him $581 is what I paid to grade the the 8 cards that I had through economy. PSA Beckett is way. See, I'm even off Beckett. I'm more of an SGC guy now for the secondary, just because SGC is like super cheap and like the turnaround's super quick. BGS maybe it's a really big card, but SGC I think for me is what it is. Raw to PSA 10. The black label's unattainable for most stuff, right? So yeah, in the price what Beckett is charging, it still doesn't make sense. I've got a Comic David Young Guns canvas in mint condition. Only company I'm ever considering. I've been considered on a card like that is Beckett. Yeah, and the nice thing about canvas cards, like canvas cards grade really well. I've been like looking for canvas cards. That's probably my plan for the weekend, is like searching for canvas Young Guns, and like because I think canvas Young Guns really grade really well. So as long as I can I'll grab the centering tool, wherever the heck that is around here somewheres in this mess. I'll grab a centering tool and I'll just bring it and check them out. If the centering works out, like you don't have the surface issues that you have typically with like regular young guns and stuff. So, so you have a really good chance of getting like a Beckett 10 for that BGS 10. I think it's kind of ironic that I will end up selling my Mac Jones Silver PS10 for half of what it sold the Donners. Yeah, his prices were stupid. Never tried BGS. I only done SGC, PSA. Beckett's the founding father. Nothing bigger than graded cards. The Black Label is at a different level for Black Label. It's if you can get a Black Label, you're doing pretty good. But they're super hard to get. Now, once again, canvas cards might not be as bad compared to a regular one. So all the edges and stuff, but it's just the surface. You just don't. You're not gonna have the scratches on like a gloss, right? You're not gonna have that scratches, all that stuff. It's just so much easier to grade the other ones. 12, 17. These are all over the place. Do I really have to put the hyphen? Come on. What is it? Oh, clear cut. Jeez. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 12, 8, 10. $10 card it is. What's that, yellow? My color coding system here. 10 is yellow. Most of my sell. Like if I have my PC stuff, for sure. Like I have a pretty decent sized PC collection of like stupid guys too. Like I have Josh Rosen stuff. Why do I have Josh Rosen stuff? I don't know, because I like Josh Rosen. But then I have like a lot of Philip Rivers stuff, and I have a lot of other stuff. I have a bunch of like Future Watch autos of like a bunch of Wildcats. I have like Avalanche stuff. So I have like a binder. Where's that binder? It's around here somewhere. I have like a binder of like my old hockey cards. I meant to show this. Price and the Habs. There you go. So here's my thing. So this is my binder from when I was a kid. It's like old as dirt. Literally, it's like sun washed. Gets a couple happy face stickers on it. Again, NHL, an old NHL sticker on the top of it. And this is like one of my first like hockey stuff. So like old Peachy. So I got that like whole set. All the guys. Bunch of, once again, they're all worth nothing, right? Some prospects, guys, Alex Ald, who we got here? Steve Gainey, Ilya Brizgalov, there we go. Scared of Bears. So we got all that, and then my favorite player of all time was Patty Waugh. So we got Patrick Waugh stuff. So we get some Black Diamond. Patrick Waugh, Black Diamond. Got some Prism up there. Not Prism, Panini Prism, but PRISM. Prism Platinum. Bunch of other stuff. Like I said, just old. Some of them are beat up all to heck. Montreal. That's a retro, isn't it? That's 95. It's actually a Montreal. Memorable seasons. Patrick Waugh. 2000, 2001. Couple other ones. Old one. all beat up and stained. Patrick Waugh, another Prism. We got the glove. A couple other cool stuff. Some Super Joe. More Super Joe. Some Forsberg. And then I was like goalies, so we got Sean Burke. We got some Mike Comrie. I was a big Mike Comrie guy. Tommy Sallow. Arthas Urbe. Passy Nuemini? I can't remember him. Hayduk. I actually wasn't a big Hayduk guy. Steven Reinpracht. Chris Pronger. And then a Young Guns of Jordan Krestanovich, which never turned into anything. So that's like my old school. That's my old school binder of just PC stuff from when I was, I don't know, that would have been like early 2000s, I think was most of that stuff. So I would have been like 12, 11, 12. There's some other stuff I have that's older, but Justin Richards. Yeah, Ottinger's huge. Kairu. I've been looking through like a bunch of my stuff, like trying to figure out like guys that I like. That was like my big thing. Grabbing like, even I got like a Capo Kakinen. I think he's gonna be really good this year for a goalie. So I've been hunting all the $20. Even like I sent off 2 Mason McTavishes at the end of well, we mailed them out July 20th. They got them in on the 20th, and it's actually yesterday or today. It hit like QA1. I think it was yesterday. So last time when our economy order hit QA1, it was 10 days from then that it landed like back here to us. So I should have like some Mason McTavishes, hopefully 10s, back within the next like, 2 weeks. This is back when like before they became before they were a $50 card. That was when they were 20, 25. Even I said on the channel 100 times, I was like, man, Mason McTavish is so cheap. I should have bought every Mason McTavish. I should have, but my plan, I thought I'd have a little bit more time. I forgot about the whole World Juniors thing. But my thought was like, oh, I'm going to have lots of time to pick them all up. And I knew the show was coming up, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to go to that show. I'm going to pick up some there. Get all these plans. I'm going to grab them for 20, 25 bucks a piece. Make sure they're in good shape and ship them off to Panini. Get a bunch of PSA 10s, and the guy's going to blow up. 3rd overall pick, all this other stuff. No, didn't have the chance. He popped off way before that. What is... I was hoping for... Yeah. Yeah, Makar, I've just given up on owning any of his stuff. It's just to the point that just doesn't make sense. Didn't make sense on $160 Young Gun, let alone... I don't know what they're at right now. I think they were at like 300 at one point. I think they came down a little bit, but they're like $300 for a raw Kill Makar. It's crazy. It's 3x what a Victor Hedman is. It does make sense. Click that back. Nick, I was actually talking to a guy. He was saying that he's followed his channel. Good guy. I don't know if he wants me to say his name. Anyways, I was talking to him about selling. He was talking to me about selling base cards and how he was actually able to do it. So he was like, "Yeah, no, I just do a big box," and he's like, "I sell them for." What was he saying? Bill, not the science guy, not Bill Nye, another Bill. He sells mega lots. It's 2,400 base cards. He sells them. He said they usually sell around like $30 to $40 American for the base. And then he said I also sell a mega lot of low end inserts from every case I open. That usually gets me about $50 to $75. So he'll sell a bunch of like canvases and like probably marquee rookies and all the basic like trash, award winners, all that stuff. So it gets like, once again, it takes time to add it all up, but that's a lot of cards. I don't. I personally, I just have like 4-row boxes. I've actually started like throwing some out for base cards, but I was bringing them to like daycares and stuff for a while. I have a couple friends that work at daycares and stuff, so I was literally just bringing them all my base cards. So that's what I was doing. Everyone does it differently, I'm sure. Justin Richard. Come on. Okay, he's a $2 card. Yeah, that's what I do with my base cards. Once again, give them away to kids, do something. I mean, if I have enough time, I'm working on pricing everything first. But if I have enough time, I will go and I want to do some like kids packs. But once again, pricing all my stuff is my first priority. I'm more likely to like, if a kid really likes a couple dollar card, then I'll just give it to him, rather than, not get all my stuff priced and work on like free kids packs and then not get the rest of my stuff done. So nothing against kids. I like kids. Kids are good. Kids are needed for the hobby, but I'll be more likely to just give them a couple dollar card rather than me wasting time tonight. Morgan Barron. Next up. $250. Really, that's it? It's only a $2 card. Yeah. It's crazy. I kind of say it all the time. Once again, I think a lot of it has to do with the tax thing. But the fact that, like, Nathan McKinnon's prices have gone down since winning a Stanley Cup just kind of blows my mind. Like, you think that's what the guy needed to, like, cement his legacy, is, like, get a Stanley Cup, and now his prices are less for a PSA 10 Young Gun than it was for the last, like, 2 years. Kind of odd, but why is that one 9? It's a $2 card. Okay. Oh, come on. Don't stick. Don't stick. Don't stick. And Marky. I just have to get around to doing it, essentially. I have a couple buddies that have been bugging me forever about Fantasy Football League, so I'm trying to organize that. And if I can get that organized, then maybe I'll worry about the rest of the stuff. But I might try. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I want, like, I don't know if it's a first come, first serve thing, or what I'm going to do with that. But I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do the whole fantasy hockey thing. Like I said, it might just be like a first come, first serve. Whoever wants to jump on, go with it. Brett Murray. But I'm trying to think about it. I think I might, though. It'd be fun to do like they had like it's one of those things, I guess it's not like football. Football, you can do like a weekly fantasy lineup thing where, like, okay, whoever has the best thing gets 2 points towards the championship at the end of the year. So if you have somebody wins a couple times, then you get enough points to, something like that. But hockey's harder because, like fantasy hockey, it all depends on how you do it. There's the weekly stuff. Problem with like fantasy is, like, if for some reason somebody like gives up on it, then you're just like, it ruins it. Because, like, you can just, if you have a couple guys that don't pay attention, then it's like, ugh. Just, what's the girlfriend saying? You guys can't see my phone? No. Pissed. Okay. Trash out. Deal. The little things in life, people. Trying to make sure you remember to take your trash out. So many San Jose Sharks. Get all of the San Jose Sharks. So many San Jose Sharks. I'm going to check Jonah Gadjovich. I'm assuming he's a $2 card. But I have like 4 of them in here because he's the only guy I can pull apparently. Gadjovich. I feel like they like print this guy and they put him in everything. Yeah, $2. So I do like $2 because like I do like on my thing it's $2 a card, or if you buy 10 $2 cards you get them for instead of being $20 you get it for $10. So at least 4 of them. Yeah, shouldn't do that. I'm sure there's somebody that's out there that likes to collect Mr. Gadjovich. 1. Mike, the only thing is Dallas can be a huge market. I think like Dallas, I think like Texas as a whole is like the largest like U.S. place for like was it hockey rinks per population or something like that in the States. Like they have a ton. They just don't have like the team right now. Radulov going back to the KHL probably doesn't help. Maybe it does. Maybe it frees up the books a little bit. But you got Jason Robertson there. All it takes is guys being good, right? Jason Robertson, his stuff sells good. You know, it's if you play good enough, even like Ottinger, he played really well in that playoff series, and his prices were crazy at the time. Like, holy, this guy is about to win a series by himself with no help. So, sell base cards for anything, donate, check Rogers. Sorokin could be decent. The problem with Sorokin, I think like Ziri mentioned it before, like they just come in so late. Right? You have these guys that like that's my thing about Kaprizov. Which I should probably stop talking like smack on Kaprizov because I have like Kaprizov cards to sell. But like Kaprizov prices, like how is Kaprizov 4x or whatever he is compared to a Panarin? They're the same guy. William Eklund, he's a guy that I think could be good. Once again, he plays for the French variant. Jace Weatherby, another William Eklund, Dahlin, Joseph Kornar. Don't even have to check. Joseph Kornar, not checking his prices. Joseph gets a $2. If Joseph's not a $2 card, I will be highly confused. So he just gets a $2 sticker. I don't know who these other guys are. Sasha Chemovetsky, I'm assuming he's a $2 card, but I don't know what his French young gun goes for. Sasha. Chemovetsky. Thank you guys for watching, by the way. Hanging out with me all night. Why is there one for $4? Why is this guy selling for $4? $4, $3.50. Someone's gonna get. Oh, those are free shipping. So it's funny. We don't factor in shipping into these prices of like cheap cards. Like yeah, they're a cheap card, but somebody paid also like $5 for shipping for it. It's like okay, it's a $2 card, but shouldn't you factor in the shipping on that? Like, I understand on big cards maybe you don't, but it's like if it's a $2 card and somebody was willing to spend $4.50 for shipping for it, should that not be like a $5 card? Food for thought. Okay, nice little add to the talk. Told you, I gotta get like 15 people in here before I break the extended. If I get like 15 people in here tonight, we'll do the extended. I think that'd be good. We got like 5. We got like 15. I could do it. What are you doing? I gotta go there. French, you gonna give me this? Five, sure. Blue. I think the price of a PSA Young Gun is going to come back up. It's just the off season, right? It's the same as football. Football prices were down for a while. And now all of a sudden it's the season again. So everyone's like, sweet, it's the season again. I want to buy, whatever. It's just kind of out of sight, out of mind, the way I kind of look at it. I think it's football. Like, I have a PSA 10 McKinnon that I got in a trade. And I'm going to bring it, and I'm going to price it for the show this weekend. And it's in Halifax, so where he's from, so I have a good chance of potentially selling it. And I could probably get a little bit more in a couple months, but you don't know. If you have something and you're like, it's going to go up. Once again, if it's a couple dollars, do you think it's going to go up? Meh. But Jasper Weatherby, put $2 on him. Hey Kratos. Yeah, Kratos, I charge $4.50 for shipping on all my stuff. But when I do it, like part of it is like I use a team bag. Do I have any team bags around here? Essentially, like how I pack cards. Now everyone's gonna be different. But like, I use like a bubble mailer. I always use like blue because I just want somebody to remember it's from me and not just a regular package. But like, if I was just any base cards around here. This base card too. For demonstration purposes. So essentially, I would take like this William Eklund. Usually I do 3 on either side, but we got 2 here. So I do 3 on either side. Boom, boom. I tape the top of this too, obviously. So I'd get where my roll of tape is. Same thing. Everything's lost right now. I have no idea where anything is. Where the heck did I put that? Actually, I think it's up there. I do like 2 on 2. Once again, tape the top. Piece of painter's tape up on top. Take the bag. Open the bag. Once again, I use new ones, obviously. Grab it, slide it in. I always put it like face down too, so that way if for some reason it opens and it hits water, it's hopefully whatever, but seal it. Sealed this way, bottom of the card's that way, and then I put it in to the envelope this way where the flap is. So I put the flap in far end. I don't know. I do enough. I'm like, okay, I put in a team bag, having a top loader, and putting it in this. I have like stickers and stuff for like the label. I gotta do all this. I'm not gonna do it for nothing. And then I gotta drive to the post office. You know the price of gas right now? Can't do that for free. So there's like there's like a delivery charge essentially. We'll build that into the $4.50. So you can usually ship stuff for like $2, $2 something. I think for a basic card. And then on top of that, but then once again, you gotta get the top. You gotta get the bubble mailer. You gotta get all this other stuff. It costs money. 700 PSA 10. One sold right away for $220. The tank the cost for putting up a bunch at auctions. July, so some home money for $220. Yeah, like Nick, I would just hold those. Like, it's a PSA 10. It's one cent. It's a little bit different than Then if it was raw, I feel like anything graded, like once again, that's why I've been trying to grade more, because I just think a graded card has more value at the end of the day. $10. I think it's going to be 10 for the William Eklund. 10, 10, 10, 10, 11.50. 11. 9.50. Yep. $10. Where's the yellow? So, I don't know. I think once you get to the summer, it's once you get back out of the summer, once you get to like a month before season. Now, I think it's different than like football, where football you get the preseason. Excuse me, sorry guys. I think the preseason doesn't really matter for hockey like it does for football, for obvious reasons. Football is a once a week thing. Hockey is, 82 games. So it's a big difference between those two. But even as you're getting closer to it, you could get some guys that are popping off, doing a little bit in the preseason, but it's usually not the same level. Sam Bowman tape. I always use those decoy cards. Tape it to the card and ship it away. Costco. Oh yeah, nice. I ordered mine off Amazon. Actually, I'm not even, to be honest. I ordered these ones. I used to use a different one. And I ordered these ones instead. I ordered like 150 of them because I'm like, oh, they look the same, blah, blah. Actually, not a big fan of them. They're not bad, but I just feel like they're a little thinner or flimsier. But the other one I used to have, like, had a little bit of rigidity to it, so. They're all about the same size. They're all the same size, everything else, but. These ones were a little bit cheaper, so I was like, oh, save money on something basic, like I can, whatever, try to save some money. I'm like, they're all the same. They're not all the same. Cody Curran, if he's like a $5 card, he's not anymore. He's a $2 card. Again, same thing with this. I'm sure if somebody came up and was like, $2, would you take $1 for him? I'd say yes, right? A lot of these cards, plus they're in a top loader. You know how much top loaders are nowadays? Big money. Big money for top loaders. I'm actually hoping my local shop, I can say a lot of good things about them. Their price on like freaking top loader, stupid, terrible. So I'm hoping that there's usually a guy that comes down from Halifax for our shows. And I was buying top loaders off him because he had them for like $5 or maybe even less for a pack of 25. My local shop's like way more than that now. So but only $2. Oh no. Why is that so much? What is going on here? $5.50. $2. $2.50. The former Moncton Wildcat and Halifax Moosehead. Bo Grew. Gonna be $2. Yeah, those should sell quickly. Literally played in Halifax for 3.5 years. Should have been Memorial Cup champion. But it wasn't the case. The world got shut down instead. I think Bogru could be like, I don't know if he'd ever, I don't think, the hard part with him is he's got to compete against all these other young guys over there. So you got to compete against a Zegras, you got to compete against a Mason McTavish, you got to compete against all these young guys, but Bogru is a good like third line player, maybe even a second line if you need him in a couple of years probably. Kid is a beaut. Good on penalty kill. Good on face-offs. Isaac Lundstrom? Lundestrom? Sure. My laptop is going like 100 miles an hour right now. Is not enjoying it. $5 for him, I think. $5. Yeah, looks like $5. $5 for the Isaac Lundstrom. $5. $5 make you holla. Okay, so I'm going to move all these over. I'm gonna bring this out, and I'm gonna put some cards away so I can kind of make some room. Oh, where did those go? They bought them, maybe. So, Yanni Hockenpah, everyone's favorite Yanni Hockenpah. I have so many Yanni Hockenpahs in here. It's disgusting. Yanni Hockenpah, I see him in my friggin' sleep now. Chicago. Oh, is this all messed up? It is. Oh. Boston, Jeremy Swayman. Buffalo. I don't even know if that's the price of a Dylan Cousins anymore. Add some Brett Murrays to this. Sam Reinhart, $20. I don't know, seems like a decent price to me. Boston. Didn't I have a Boston guy in here? Martin Couch, put him over there. I'm talking pause. Anaheim. San Jose, put them all over to the side. Buffalo. Brett Murray's. Didn't need a full thing. Wasted a sticker. Calgary. Rangers, Winnipeg, Nashville. Yeah, I understand everything. Some stuff makes sense, but like they've had their top loaders and stuff like super high for way too long. In my opinion, once again. Maybe they have a reason for it, but some stuff they just try to like gouge on, I think. I also know like they don't get a whole lot of it. Like they have a hard time getting some supplies sometimes. So I'm sure like some of it's like, oh, we don't know if we can get that for a while, so may as well make as much as we can while we can. So Isaac Lundstrom. There we go. Some checklists. Go checklist of Sider and Lucas Raymond. Boston. So Boston's before Buffalo, right? In this whole alphabetical order thing. Kalen Booth. I'm gonna check the price of that Swayman. Oh, that's a French one. Yeah, see, look at me going back through this. Is there any experience selling Young Guns with an in-person auto? Nick, the big thing you'd want to do is like have some kind of proof. You could always look at like, depends on what it is for a young gun. You could always look at like authenticating it through PSA. It's not quite the same price, but if not, if it's like a lower end guy, they might not care. But if it's like a big guy like a McKinnon, a McDavid, insert bigger young gun here, you'd probably want to get it authenticated through like PSA. No, I can't remember what they is. I think it might be like $60 or something like that to authenticate it, but it'd be a big difference. I know literally the shop, I was in at my card shop earlier and they were saying that they actually bought a collection and they had a bunch of, they had a couple Gretzky rookies that came in really bad shape, like beat all to heck. But they were autographed, but they were autographed like with a pen, not like a marker. And anyways, they had no proof other than like saying like, yeah, it's a Gretzky autograph. Sent a PSA and PSA authenticated them. So pretty lucky. I think he said they were like $60 to authenticate. Now that might be different for maybe it's because of the value or because of who it is, but 25. So what's the difference between this? Why is that $65? That one's 40. That one's $20. That one's $100. What is going on here? $25. PSA 9, $45. By the way, I have no idea why PSA 9. Maybe it's. I think it's probably the right way. I have no idea why PSA 9 stuff is selling for big money. Young Guns, one up for $15. So confused. How is his prices so all over the place? $35 for a Young Guns canvas, 18. What are people doing here? I'm trying to figure out why this price is the way it is. 25. Is it $25 now? What kind of shape is this one in? Oh, it's that edge. That edge is terrible. You can't really see it. It's actually so bad. Switch the, look how bad that edge is. I don't know if you can see it, this one. Terrible. Terrible. That's that Series 1 quality control, ladies and gentlemen. Give me that price tag. Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what it is. Like I said, if it's a big one, you could always like authenticate it. And you'd actually like get like good money for that if you authenticate it. Like typically more. Once again, it all depends on how they signed it. If the auto's good, now you can try to grade / authenticate the auto. So you'd essentially say like you want it graded, but when you're grading autos, it's kind of tricky. You can't have any like streaks. You don't want to be like faded anywheres. 25. So autos are a whole nother. I haven't really gotten into the whole auto thing. Try to avoid it as much as possible. Callum Booth. No, Jeremy Swayman. Buffaloes. We got the Brett Murrays in there. I haven't got to those yet. Calgary. Connor Mackey. Have a good night, Kratos. Thanks for stopping in, bud. Also, I've seen a lot of people like selling on Whatnot lately. Honestly, thought about applying for it. Just because, man, it seems like everybody is making money on that site. Like everybody. So like, I think I should make money too. I know. Thing I've been thinking of. My problem is then you gotta ship everything. It's a pain in the butt. Oops. Give links. That Liam Foodie. Didn't I just have a pile of... I haven't done those ones yet. Stephen Lorenz. Morgan Geeky clear cut. Fancy. Joey Keane. David Teravainen. It's a good deal, $15 I think. Why Chicago? These are all kind of messed up. The Kirby Doc. Gotta check that one. I don't know if that's still the same price as that. Might be. Nicholas Baudin. I have a couple of his autos. Man, whoever was in my cheap box at the last show. If you're gonna look, once again, here's just public service announcement, people. If you're gonna dig through a dollar box or whatever, a value box, put it back how it was once you're done. Like, I'm over here fixing this all up. Because somebody doesn't know how to put my freaking... $55 now. Ooh. Somebody almost got a really good deal on that. That's why you look. Kirby Doc. That's that Montreal bump, yo. From $30 to $50, just like that. In the off season, in a down market. Hit Montreal, right? Montreal? I think so, right? Montreal? Montreal or Ottawa? It's Montreal, right? Yeah, because he was part of the Romanov trade, right? Pretty sure. Kirby Doc. I think this one too is like the edge a little bit. Oh, it's just centering top to bottom. It's off too. Trying to figure out why I didn't grade it. That actually might be one that I hold out. And I'll put that in there. I might hold it and put it in the showcase. Sometimes when you get this, you get into here, it's, I don't know, it's different to, I'd like to say I can trust everybody, but I think we all know that you can't trust everybody nowadays. Panarin, I might hold him out. Be nice to be able, once again. $30 American, shipping not included. Yeah, I can't believe how much he went up. Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't looked in this box. I guess that's since the last show. But who would ever guess that he would have got traded, right? Like, nobody would have guessed that. You're like, oh yeah, that's a building block of that franchise. You know, they're never going to trade him. That's who they're going to build around over there in Chicago. Nope. Nope, they're not. That's a lie. Oh, there's somebody else that was missing here. Chicago, Columbus, Carolina's, In the wrong spot. Doing my ABCs in my head to like organize all this stuff. Columbus, haven't done those. Too late, offer expired. That's fine. Kevin Lankinen, he's a backup now, right? He got traded. Man, these are all over the place. I want to like end whoever messed up my freaking thing. It's just annoying. Why did you mess up my box so bad? Nicholas Baudin, I got an auto of his in a pile over here. It's like a peachy platinum auto, red, was a redemption. I took forever to get back. Like a $5 card. Mike Hardman, Kevin Lankinen. Once again, pretty good. I don't think he's gone up at all. Checking quick. Yeah, that's fine. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of red, multiple green there. Ural Romanovs, after that trade, still sold the PSA 10 I had for $150,000. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'd cash out. If you had something at that point, I think I would have cashed out. And then you cash out on the big stuff that you have, and then you buy everything back for cheap before it kind of like tanks. Kind of the best way, in my opinion, to do it. Once again, I'm not an expert. Ty Dellandrea for $2. And then what's Jake Ottinger? This Jake's the same thing. This Jake's got like a white spot up here. Jake Ottinger is the first, one of the first exclusives I pulled. Series 1, actually, one of the first boxes I opened, one of the first hobby boxes on the channel. Pulled an exclusive of Otter. Gotta edit his price too. Can I make that look like a 0? Nope, that's gonna look like poop. Off it comes. See if I can sell them to somebody on the weekend. Yeah, no, I think I would grab whatever's cheap and then move from there. There's 7 of you in here. Marky Mark recruiting people over here, try to get at 15. He's making like fake profile. Marky, are you making fake profiles so you can get up to 15 people so I have to rip a box extended? It's not why I bought that. I bought that for like a video eventually. But oh man, of my word though, we get 15 people in here watching at the same time, I will open that box of extended. If you guys haven't yet too, make sure you guys hit the like and subscribe if you guys are new. Obviously a lot of you guys, I've seen your guys' names before, but Hit the like though. The like always helps. It's funny how you go from Matthias Broms and Gustav Lindströms to literally the biggest young guns in Series 2. Funny how a year can change all of that. What do I got here? Tyler Benson. Bunch of Stuart Skinners and Ryan McLeod. William Lagesson. Hepo Niemi. And drop in the Grigory Denisenko with some Matt Kierstead. Carl Grunstrom. Mikey Anderson. I got a Future Watch auto of his somewhere. Was it right here? I haven't even sold it. Didn't even try. Like, how do I hit a retro and a base Future Watch auto of the same guy out of 4 boxes? Of all the guys, too. Like, I'm gonna double up on the same guy twice in SPA this year. Yeah, Mikey Anderson. Sweet, bud. That's my luck. That's my luck, ladies and gentlemen. There weren't any rules, I thought. Hey. I'm all for the viewers, no matter how much it is. Strand. Do I have any other Kalias in there? Strand there. I like to try to keep them somewhat organized. These boxes. Drop them in. Cool, the perk. Yeah, Paterka, I think, like, I'm high on Paterka. I think he's going to be a good one. If I can find some of his at the show, too, that are in good shape, I plan on grabbing a bunch of Paterka. I think he's going to be, like, I think he has a chance to, like, really pop off and kind of get some hype and stuff. Stuart Skinner is another crazy PSA 10. $5. Really? $200 PSA 10. Wow. Owen Power. Like, Series 1 is essentially going to be Matty Beniers, Matt Boldy, Owen Power. I was talking to the guy today. I think that's like the big Series 1. Is all those guys. Romanov? What's Romanov now? Is he $15 still? Probably not, eh? $10? Alexander Romanov. Ooh, I see some $10 free shipping. Yikes, I don't like the looks of that. Okay, $7. It's French, $20. $9, $5, $9. Okay, we'll take the $5 stickers off him and we'll put him back up for. Get some $15 stickers off of him. Kind of cool that Paterka, my Jack Quinns. Owen Power. Would you buy a Series 2 or extended hobby box right now? I'm not sure which to buy tomorrow. Series 2 has so many good. I like Series 2. And like that's coming from a guy that, like, if anybody watched my videos of me opening up Extended, I thought Extended was great. I thought Extended was like super fun. I actually obviously have a hobby box of Extended behind me, but it's just the Young Guns for like Series 2. Like the amount of crazy chances, and if you hit like a clear cut or anything good from Extended, like, or from a Series 2, like you could be a clear cut or anything, and you're like pretty good money for like a quarter of the Young Guns. So I'm going to lean towards Series 2. Once again, that's coming from a guy that loved Extended Series, like thought Extended Series was like awesome. And like I said, I have one behind me. That one was also on sale. So my local hobby shop had Extended on for $110, and Series 2 I think still $125 or $130. So I didn't open that much Extended yet. I've only opened Did I open the 2 boxes? 3 boxes? 2 boxes? I haven't opened much for Extended, so I thought and people seem to like it, so thought I'd bring another box back for the channel. Really thought about Series 2 though, really hard. But it was literally, I was gonna go Series 2 and then I saw that they had the Extended for on sale. So I was like, okay, man, I have a lot of Romanovs. Oh my Lanta. Oh, Alexander Romanov. Da, da, da. Yeah. I really bought off ComC. It's a different setup. It's just, I don't know. I probably should look into it more. I honestly haven't even looked at like ComC and like how the whole thing works. Like PWCC, I haven't really looked at that. I've bid on a couple things. I haven't won anything in PWCC yet. But even then, it's like, oh, well, you get the buyer premium. It's like, what? I don't know. It's hard. All these places are like charging more and more to like list your cards with them. And Golden PWCC, we're like, hey, look, we're giving you, it's cheaper, but then it's like, okay, yeah, but you're passing the you're saving me money, but then you're charging the buyer a premium. Like they still don't want to pay, they still only want to pay $500 for the card. So if you're charging them X amount of dollars extra as a buyer's premium, like yes, I'm saving money, but they're also not going to pay as much for that card. I don't know how to understand people don't get this. This coming from a guy that like didn't realize that when I went and listed with Golden, because I just like, oh yeah, Golden should be pretty good. Blah blah, it's cheaper. I ended up freaking costing myself a bunch of money. Could have sold a Gold Manning Kaboom PSA 9, and I got shafted on the price compared to what I could have sold it for if I sold it with on eBay. Probably lost like $2,000. 109. That's yeah. Yeah, for 109, Mike, I would go there 100%. My local shop, I think, is putting. I wonder if he said he had more stuff going on sale. I wonder if Series 2 was also going on sale. dmsports.com. Maybe? Nope, that is definitely not that. Oh, DM Sports Cards. End of summer sale. Shop now. They got SPA on for $280 a box. You guys know what that means, right? Why do they do this to me? Series 1's $130 from this year, but not touch that. I have no interest in Series 1. The quality control on it sucked. Series 2 is still $130. They're still trying to make money back on having to buy Series 1 from last year for high prices. They got it for $170. $160 for Series 2. Extended Series though from last year, $62. It's such a fun rip. Yeah, a bunch of baseball, some soccer. Extended Series 109. There we go. That's what I bought. My prices are Canadian too. I don't know where you guys are. I know where some of you guys are, but I'm in. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Grigori. I don't run out of room. Montreal, Montreal, Montreal. Now we're into Jeremy Davies. Where are those? There we go. All the cards for the Nashville Predators. Kevin Ball. Who's $25 there? That's. I'm not gonna take that sticker off. I don't care enough, but $20 seems like a better deal. It's a clear cut, but probably wasn't worth $25. I think our series one was series one. I think series one was newer at the last show. So, Kevin Ball and Hendrix Lapierre. I think he might have a little bit of room to go up. Got the diving Dane himself, Nikolai Ehlers. There we go. $15. Auto of Eric Stahl, $10. Jesse Puljujarvi. Some McDavid's. Second year McDavid. Ooh, fancy. Drake Batherson. Travis Frederick, Future Watch. Laffy. Liam Foodie, rookie superscripts. Adam Fox. Put him over there. Nick Suzuki marquee. There we go. Cale Makar. Got a Krill. Josh Norris. Premier swatches. I think this is game used. Game used Rasmus Dahlin super swatches. Is it $5? $5. It's a good deal. Game worn jersey. A bunch of exclusives for vets. All the big names. You got Cody Ceci, Josh Morrissey. I don't own any. I've really been thinking about buying a McDavid rookie. They're getting cheap. Like, they're not cheap, obviously, but like, they're getting cheap. So I might have to buy one. I've been really thinking about it. I don't want to, but I just think like it could be a really good investment. It's the thing you like sit on for like ever, right? Ivan Provorov, Parker's, probably $2. But yeah, it's just one of those things. It'd be cool to own a guy that is so good. Okay, get the JR. What's that, from 2004? The lockout year, did the JR. Young Gun Legend. Sweet card. Gabe Lardy, another Mikey Anderson. Put that with the Young Guns. If I was to get a McDavid, I'd probably just go with a PSA 10. That way it's just done with. But it's one of those things, like, I would be picky with it, right? Like, I'm gonna get some rookie material Makars. Ooh. Mitch Marner. Because not all PSA 10s are the same. I know I've said it before, but like, you know, I have PSA 10s of stuff that I'm like, how did that get a PSA 10? If you don't care, if you just want the grade, then whatever. But I'm gonna be pretty picky, right? Same as like if I could buy an auto of something, like I was just showing the autos, like that for me is a good auto. It's not like faded. Even that one, the top of the tee is a little like meh. Like if I'm buying something, like I want to make sure that it's like the auto's good, whatever's good, right? Like this auto, it's a sticker, but like it's a solid auto. It's like not streaky, not faded at all. Like to me, that makes a difference. Like compared to buying another one, like you know that You know, the auto's solid. It's not, again, not streaky. I didn't buy a McKinnon Future Watch because it was like I just didn't like the auto. It like literally bugged me because it was like super off and it was like faded and like I was like I want a Future Watch of McKinnon, but like I'm not. And like it went for like cheap, but I'm assuming like other people were at the same boat as me were like, don't even want to buy that. Oh, I'd be looking at probably like a regular young gun. Start off low, then work your way up. I got a couple of his like basic rookies. I think. Here, give me a second. I'll go look. I think I got like a basic rookie of his. Ugh. You guys are coming with me. That's the joys of a wireless mic here. What do I got here? The amount of junk I have in this other room that you guys can't see right now. Whew. Way too much. Always, always, always. Way too much junk. Big Val. Program of excellence there. Is it this box that I got it in? Can't remember where I put them. Look, Ma, no hands. Talking to the chat. That's series 2. Where did I put that? Now it's bugging me. Now I gotta find. Now you guys are gonna be stuck with just listening to my voice for a couple minutes. This one, some Padua. Oh, there we go. Look at that. I found it. I think that's the only one I got. Forsberg, Carr, Kirill, Dylan Cousins. I'm gonna put that with the rest of them. The real one I want to buy is I want to get a PSA 10 of Sid. That's my big. That might be my next big purchase. It's huge though. It's a lot. It's hard dropping that much on a card. I remember when I bought my my first McKinnon. I was like, how am I gonna spend that much on a sports card? Funny how things change. We don't talk about how much money is spent on cards. Not while the girlfriend's in earshot. There we go. Look at me go. Yeah, so I have this one. So it's nothing crazy. It's just like a Parkhurst. It's actually in pretty good shape. So just Parkhurst rookie is all I got of David. Again, nothing crazy, but it's there. And you probably can't see it. I'm going to switch to this camera. But this is a PSA 10 that I took in trade. I had to clean up that. Anyways. But look at the corner. The rest of it's pretty good. Sort of. But even like the top edge. Look at the top corner where the upper deck is. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Oh. See that corner? How's that a PSA 10 corner? So. That does make sense to me. PSA 10 for that. So that's going for sale this weekend. Cousin Picky, and I don't want that as my PSA 10 because I have the pink PSA 10, and that one's actually in really good shape. So I'm all fine with that one. But I don't like that. That's my. I was gonna keep that as my no pink. I was gonna keep that as my no pink PSA 10, and I'm just not gonna bother. Like, it's gonna bug me to look at it every day. Every day I will look at that card and go, nope, not happy with it. So why would I keep it in my collection? Doesn't make much sense. Doesn't make much sense to be unhappy with the card. There's a guy. I think there should be more. Oh, gotta switch back my screen. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process with the whole 15, you know, it's going to be hard to find, right? Any of that stuff, any of the good guys, like as time goes on, like it's harder to find even their basic stuff, right? So, boom, 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 boom. How would you guys price PSA 10 OP blue if same player young gun goes for 200? So Nick, I would look at if there's no PSA 10 of that same card, of that same player, I would just type in whatever year, 2020, 2021, O-Pee-Chee Platinum, blue cubes out of 99, and I would search that and see what else pops up and try to find like a similar player, right? So if it was like whoever, right? If you're looking at like a $10 card, $20 card, $25 card, whatever it is, right? $200 young gun. I'd look for other like $200 young gun and find it from there. That's how I do it. Just if there's no other comps right now. Rookie breakouts. There was a couple. Again, eBay in the States gets me in trouble, but I was looking for. Oh, we're just gonna bring you back in with my foot. Kicked you guys. Yeah, I've almost bought a couple different McKinnons. Actually, I have another McKinnon coming on the way. Don't tell the girlfriend. I got an SGC 9 coming in. Actually, it came from Canada, and because of the whole tax thing, I got it shipped to the US to avoid it. Tage Thompson Pop 1. Closest one I could find was a 2016 PSA 10 for 200. Yeah, I'd say those are probably pretty close. Even Kyle Connor. I feel like Kyle Connor sells for more than Tage Thompson. Actually, Tage Thompson. Do I have a Tage Thompson in here? I don't. Where's that Tage Thompson? Do I have a Tage Thompson working materials? I think I do. Could be one of these stacks that I gotta put in here too, though. That'll probably be it. Oops. Kevin Ball, gotta get back on track here. Or even that auto. That was pretty sweet, right? $10. I'd buy that all day long. Guy that has a chance of going in the Hall of Fame one day. The Carl Grunstrom, pulled that out of. Don't even know if I can get $20 for $5 for that. Pulled it out of a clear cut box for 300. Perfect. So good. Didn't hurt my feelings at all to pull that. Lied. I cried about that. It's also a Sabres jersey number. Oh, yeah, jersey number. Crazy. Yeah, sir. Jersey number just like way more. Jersey numbered almost like yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of jersey number stuff. That's like, to me, it's a cool thing. That there. Pick Keandre Miller. I think I got some Keandre Miller in here. Apparently I don't have Keandre Miller in here. Patrick Kodorenko, put him in there. Verlunen. That's Morgan Barron, right? You get neckbeard Zach Jones, looks like. Wallstrom. Shane Prince. I gotta get down to the Ottawa stuff. Cam York, perfect. Pulled him already out of Black Diamond. Arizona, haven't got to pricing those yet. Pittsburgh, I don't think I had any Pittsburgh to price. Did I get by New Jersey? No, New Jersey there. Yeah, I didn't throw him in yet. Kevin Ball, Dawson Mercer. Shilson. Tice Thompson, there you go. Nah, I probably won't do it, Mark. Marky, I just wait, Nick. Like I said, it's off season. You'll get the thing. I don't think I'll do anything with breaks. I thought about it, but it's just it's just one of those things. You get so many people that get so upset. They're like, oh my god. Once again, I don't really want to be the guy that's like, the guy's just spending money and money and money and money and, spends $500 and gets no hits, and then he's all upset, and I don't know. I just, to me, that's a slippery slope for breaking. Once again, when it's good, and then when it's bad, it's like, it's bad. And people are, not happy with you, and how dare you, and once again, obviously I'm not a grease ball, but there's lots of grease balls out there, and next thing you know, people are like, oh, you're scamming somebody, and it's like, I didn't scam anybody, and it's just, I don't know, there's just so much to it. So much drama with it. It's probably not worth it. It'd be cool, because it's cool, like, because you're essentially going to pull cool cards all day with somebody else's money. So, like, you get to, like, sit back, not spend a dime, and just collect all the money. So it's like, oh, that's cool. But there's the other part of it where people, like, spend way too much money. And then you're kind of, like, responsible for somebody's paying way too much money. So, I don't know. Six people. Thank you guys. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. I know this isn't the most exciting video of all time. It's literally your boy here just organizing stuff for a card show. But it's fun. I like talking about whatever you guys want to talk about. I don't really care. I'm just along for the ride. So you guys drive the ship here. Ross Colton, Walcott, Volkov. Maybe I'll do a rookie box. Watching you. Hey! R. Burke. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for watching. Louisiana. That's sweet. Do you do any videos on your channel for like the outdoors? I see like that's your name. So do you like do any outdoor? Did I put the up here in the wrong spot earlier? What did I do earlier? Do you like do like any like hunting, fishing, anything like that on your channel? I like that stuff. I like fishing. Fishing's my thing. I don't do any hunting, but I do like fishing. I tried years ago. Ah, hey. It's a dog eat dog world out there. I remember like doing videos on here and it's like you get nobody watching. You're like, oh God, why am I doing this over? I did put them in the wrong spot. Why am I doing this over? You guys are supposed to watch out for me. Jeez. Why am I doing this over and over again? But then, like I said, a lot of it's just sticking with it. I love fishing. That's Vancouver. I do my alphabet in my head for a second. That's what you guys just saw in real time there. Such an idiot. Like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. There you go. Baby fish. Up here we got like some salmon and stuff. Probably like some really good salmon fishing. Like probably what's that, an hour and a half away from where I live. Bass is fun. Just trout's even fun. I don't do anything like crazy or big. Just the basic for fish. Fish for salmon, steelhead here on Lake Ontario. Oh, there you go. Used to fish a lot in the lower Niagara. Good times. Fave team to collect. Assuming it's second team for me would probably be. Second team technically is like anything Moncton Wildcat. So technically it'd be like anyone that has played for the Moncton Wildcats at one point. But if I had an actual second team, it's Ottawa. So essentially I have family that lives in Ottawa. So like my first ever hockey game I actually went to go watch in person was in Ottawa. So I went to go watch back then. It was when Alfredson was there, and like Spets, I think it might have been his rookie year. Probably would have been like 2003. I went to watch them take on New Jersey in the playoffs. It's awesome. Spezza scored in overtime, I'm pretty sure. As far as I remember, I was younger. I was, what was it, 13 then? 14? 14? Anyways. But yeah, so Ottawa's kind of my girlfriend team, as the way I kind of talk about it. Josh Norris, Young Guns. What's he selling for now? $20? $25? $35? $40? Jeez. $30, $30, 45, 40, 40. Looks like he's going up for $40, ladies and gentlemen. That is what he's going up for. I fished there. Oh, Devil's Cove, Nick. I've been there a couple times. I want to fish Art Park though, and I'll actually spent our honeymoon in Toronto and got to go to the first watch Maple Leafs. That's my second team with Caps being for. Oh, sweet. Hey, you've been spoiled for a long time. You got to watch. You've got to watch Obi for the past 18 years. That's pretty. That's a pretty good. It's a pretty good thing. Getting to sit back and watch Obi for 20 or 18 years, whatever it is now. I think it's 18 years. Close to it. So, it's awesome though. Yeah, it's fun when you get a kind of like girlfriend team. Kind of like I said, that's the way I've always explained it to people. Like that's why I like Ottawa. Edmonton, I was technically born. Well, not technically. I was. I was born in Edmonton, Alberta. My whole family's from East Coast, but when we were all younger in the 80s, all our fathers kind of chased that oil boom. And yeah, so Edmonton's kind of a team I used to root for them a lot more back in like the day. And then kind of Ottawa kind of took that girlfriend team spot from them. Made things a whole lot easier. You don't have to worry about playing, not in their conference, all that other stuff. So, 650. It's a different one. 350, 3, 4. He's all over the place. $5. Someone's gonna get a deal. Shane Pinto, $5. It's a pretty good deal. And Jacob Bernard Docker. Oh, upstream. Yeah, East versus West thing's hard. It's funny, I was like, football, when I first started watching football, I didn't know anything. I don't come from like a football watching family. My dad doesn't watch like any sports. Like, he would bring me to apparently to Oilers games when I was when I was goo goo gaga, like just a baby. But my dad watched zero sports. My mother's boyfriend at one point, she was with him for a long time, but sorry, I'm just checking prices here. He 5 on that too. He only watched hockey. He was a big Habs fan, and so when I started watching football, I didn't know what to look for. It was just like, oh, I'm gonna like whatever I like, and I started watching. I liked LaDainian Tomlinson. I was like, man, that guy is ridiculous. He's such a good running back. He's just the way he runs. He's scoring touchdowns left, right, and center. How can I not like this? So I became a Chargers fan because I'm like, oh man, this guy's gonna win like Super Bowls and stuff. This is gonna be awesome for my mental health and everything else. I was so wrong. How it all turned after that. But yeah, I didn't know any better. So I was like, I like this is cool. I'm gonna like this team. It's gonna work out well for me. I got $10 on that one. $10 on that. Apparently I'm repricing that one. Apparently they're going to $10. Jeez, let me go. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, I actually am liking Denver at the same time. Because I was like, oh man, like this Clinton Portis guy, so good. I love Clinton Portis. He's that one cut running back, and Clinton Portis in his first couple of years was like crazy. And then I kind of figured out how football works. I'm like, I probably shouldn't like two teams that play in the same actual division. Like, probably should not like that. But actually, the only NFL game I've ever been to was in Denver. I went to go watch Colorado play, and also at the same time Denver was playing San Diego. So at the time, so I was like, oh, this is awesome. Girlfriend's like, want to go watch a game? Want to go watch a hockey game in Colorado? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, wait, Chargers haven't played Denver yet. Let me check to see if the Chargers, what week the Chargers are there. And I was like, oh yeah, the Chargers are playing week 17 against Denver. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Then she's like, okay. And then I'm like, oh. Should go see, well, let's go see the hockey game. Oh, look, yeah, there's a hockey game the day before. She's like, oh, that's okay, let's do that. So I'm like, oh, there's a hockey game the day after. And she's like, really? Are we going to 3 NHL games right now? I'm like, you're damn right we are. So, anyways, that happened. So again, she tolerates me. She doesn't really have much of a choice. She's stuck with me now at this point. She's been with me for too long. She can't get out. I was a guy that never been to a football, and that like stadium was wild. I'd suggest anybody going to watch a game in Denver because it's just that loud. I'm telling you right now, though, I did not hold back. I was like talking smack to all these people. Chargers sucked that year. Everybody was injured. Still didn't care. Still talked smack. Minnesota. Did I look at a Capo Kakinen in here earlier? You're in. That's actually a cool idea, Nick. I never thought of that. That whole like get a PSA 10 for a year. That's not. I think Ovi will break the goal record. Arberk. I think. I just think he's just got the time. He'll just sit in the one spot. He can play for another 6 years, right? So I think he'll get it. They don't ask him to do the same as what they used to. So be a little easier on him for all of that. Back to pricing. So I think they'll get away with. I think he gets lucky on that end of it because I think he can just kind of sit back, play the hits, which is just take slap shots from that one spot on the ice. Over and over and over again. So, once again, I think he's got that that on his side. So, it's crazy though, because I don't. It's not so much about health, right? Obi was always able to stay healthy. Like, that's the crazy thing between like him and Sid, and like I'm sure as a Capitals fan, Sidney Crosby's not your most favorite player in the world, but like that's a crazy like Sidney Crosby missed so many games for like that like 3 or 4 year stretch, and even with that, like the guy's still like he's just behind or just ahead of like they're like neck and neck for points. It's like, man, the guy missed so much time because of like concussions and stuff, and to still like be like that dominant, it's wild. What we got here? You packed it with people going 7. And always a turkey pony. Matthews would be for me. I think Matthews is the big one. Yeah, that's all that stuff. Marky, that's why I like think Brian Getzlaff. I say it 3 times a week on the show, on the videos. I'm like, Brian Getzlaff how's he a $25 young gun? Doesn't make sense to me. He's won everything. I think for me, Matthews, he's got to stay healthy, but I think Matthews, like him, McKinnon, Draisaitl, it's hard because if he goes somewhere else, obviously he's there long term, but if he goes somewhere else, nobody gives a crap. Like if he goes and plays in like Dallas, nobody gives a crap about him, just because like, he'd kind of lose all that excitement. Long term's hard. Like Carey Price will probably be up there, but the only thing against Carey Price that some Montreal fans will be was like, "Oh, he never won us a Stanley Cup there, la." It's like, yeah, you keep crap teams around him. So Carey Price would be one that I would like. Henrik Lundqvist, to me. Vasilevsky. I think Vasilevsky's super cheap. He's a goalie though. He's not Canadian or American, so like, Russian players, it's there's not a whole lot of them that hold the value long term. Obviously, we haven't had a whole lot of them to like go off of, but like it's Ovi and that's about it. Malkin, it's the same thing. It's kind of weird, but he was always kind of that 1B, right? But like I think Malkin's somewhat cheap. Now he doesn't have the personality, and that's just who he is, right? But I'm trying to think of who else there is for long-term guys. The only thing with Zegras, and I like the kid, but like, man, he's got to do some wild stuff to live up to like his prices. Like, that's the only issue I got with that kid. It's like, man, you gotta be a guy to like, and I don't know if the kid's gonna do, and maybe he does, which is great if he does, but like, I just don't know if that kid's gonna put up, he's gotta put up 90 points a year. Right? Like, if you look at NHL points, like Alex DeBrincat, for example. Alex DeBrincat, what does his stuff sell for? The guy puts up 40 goals a year. Beside Patrick Kane, there you go. Patrick Kane's a long-term hold. Patrick Kane's going to go down as the greatest American player of all time. So, NHLstats.com. This is such good. Like, Huberdeau doesn't sell for that much. He's number 2 on that list. Johnny Gaudreau doesn't sell for that much. Kind of sell for a whole lot less now that he's playing there. Stammer sells for decent. Matthew Tkachuk was up there. JT Miller, his stuff sells for nothing. Panarin, once again, I just showed you there's a young gun in here. It's over here. Panarin finished with 75 game plays, had 96 points. This is really bad theater here. $40. Guy was almost 100 points last year. $40. Mikko Rantanen, 92 points last year in 75 games without McKinnon and Landeskog for a bunch of it. I haven't been here for $40. So it's like, it's hard to say. Like I said, and now are those guys too cheap? Are the new guys too? Like, to me, like, even that's my. You guys have all heard me. Like, why is Pettersson? Why is the guy so much money? If he wants to be, Pettersson at his peak is Mikko Rantanen. If Pettersson becomes everything everybody wants, he becomes Mikko Rantanen. And Elias Pettersson, I guarantee you, is more than $40. I understand he plays for a Canadian team, but like, Come on now. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta do something. I swear to you, I did not just leave for cookies. I left for other stuff and grabbed cookies on the way back. So, anyways, yeah, that was my rant. Sports cards are weird when it comes to pricing. Guys, be holding on to. Like Patrick Kane to me is just like to me, he'll go down as when he retires. To me, as probably the best American-born player. Once again, I'm not American. You might have other, thoughts on who's the best, but to me, man, it's hard to beat him. Points, cups. I'm not a big cup guy, right? I don't think a cup makes or breaks your career. Obviously, it's nice to have those accomplishments. And if you drag your team there, I guess it's something different, right? But there's been guys that, didn't play the greatest that, won Stanley Cups, right? They were just a guy on that team or, a whatever. Stamkos has an extra cup that he played a shift, right? So, but it's gonna go down that he's got that other cup. But it's if you really drug those guys there, Braden Point to me should be way higher. Braden Point puts up points. He's a good two-way player. He's got cups. Plays really good in the playoffs. What's a Braden Point go for? Braden Point, Young Gun PSA 10. Doesn't even sell for $200. On bids, $127.50. Buy now, $195, $122, $195, $158, $142, $160. This is all Canadian, by the way. $170, $155. A guy that's literally drug his team to Stanley Cups. Drug them there. He's not even a $200 young gun. Doesn't make sense to me. Yet a Cole Caulfield is, or Trevor Zegras right now is selling for how much? A Lucas Raymond or this guy's literally done it. These guys are hoping to have the career that Braden Point has. It annoys me. Like, I think he should be more. I know it's all about supply and demand and the market sets it and all that other stuff. Like, I understand that's how this stuff works, but it's like, man. Man, oh man. Here I go. I'm just like old man yelling at clouds. How is this $10 now? Peyton Krebs played really well for Buffalo last year. $10 now? What? How is this one? Edge maybe? Top edge maybe? I had tape on it, so it must be good for centering and stuff. It's probably gonna go with the grading pile. Sorry. I'm just not gonna sell that for $10. Just not gonna happen. It's not worth it to be sold for $10. For like 10, he's already has all the hardware. Yeah, Matthews could have the splash of the goals, right? That's the big thing with Matthews. He could have like the goals. Like he could, the way that Matthews is going, Matthews has the chance at one day if he stays healthy, which, and like you never know how this new generation might say, we don't want to play 82 games. We're gonna do like the NBA. We're gonna rest a bunch and we're gonna play 65 games a year, and Matthews could probably still put up 40 goals a year doing that. But you just need that like consecutive all the years. But like Matthews I think has a really good shot at like contending for that all-time goal record. Like that's how good I think that guy is. And I'm not even a Leafs fan. I literally like to like bash on the Leafs all the time, but it's hard to bash on somebody that's that good. $1, $2, $2, $2 for Jonas Rönnberg. Cup does make the player, but when you get oh yeah, exactly. No, Crosby's literally, yeah. You get 3 of them, it's stupid. Like Sidney Crosby just goes down as like, I just got 3 Stanley Cups and 2 gold medals in the Olympics. 1 scoring the golden goal, which people forget. Like he played terrible in that Olympics, but like everyone will always remember that goal. Like till the day I die, will remember that goal. Off the boards, just gets shipped out to him, just goes in, shoots, scores. Ryan Miller has no idea where it is. It went in the net. Nobody knew it was. Like, sorry for all you American. I know that probably was just like give you guys like PTSD. There we go. But like I'll remember that till the day I die. $2 for Jake Leschyshyn. Hey, thanks for stopping in, our Burke. Nice for you stopping in. If you're ever doing any videos, send me a message. I'll come check them out. I'd be more than happy to support anybody that watches stuff on this channel. If you want to watch my stuff, I'll watch yours. So, especially with fishing. What else we got here? Both have 3. Kane also is one of the top playoff. Yeah. Stupid. Would you rather have 150 Braden Point or $200? Yeah, I'd take a Braden Point over Stuart Skinner, who has done 0. Load up on some Kirby's soon. Still a little higher than I want to pay on ComC currently, though. Yeah, there's I was looking at him, and then another guy that I've always thought is cheap is don't like the corner on that one. Don't like that one. Some more Kirby's in there. Jimmy Schultz. Alex Tuck. Like, it made no sense to me how he was like, nobody cared about him. Like, Alex Tuck, if you watch a game and you see Alex Tuck on, like, the ice, that guy is freaking awesome. $15. Like, wild. Prosvetov, Dyson Mayo, Jan Yannick. Remember Sid taping a stick on the ice like a madman yelling, yeah, it's like, it's one of those things. Like, it's, you just want that puck, and like, you want, like, you know, nobody will ever say Sidney Crosby's not a freaking psychopath, right? If you listen to enough stories, and you know, it's even, you have the funny story about you have the funny story with, what am I going to say? Oh, Nate, and like their training and stuff, and like how he like trips Nate and grabs Nate's ankle, and like as he's like, as they're training together, he grabs Nate's ankle as they're like going up like a sand dune, and like pulls him in, like on, they were talking about on Spit and Chicklets. It's like, yeah, that's a psychopath. Like that's but that's how much of a competitor he is, right? But I don't think it, like, if you look at, like, you know, people are like, oh, Ovi doesn't know how to win. Ovi doesn't know how to win. It's like, what? Like, Ovi literally him and Crosby, like, went back and forth, like, scoring goals. Like, both had, what, like, 7 points at one game, whatever, like, whatever crazy ending it had. But, like, they went back and forth, like, crazy. And, you know, both ended up with hat tricks and all that other stuff in the playoffs. And it's like, oh, yeah, well, Ovi's not a playoff performer. What? Like, I think you get some guys that aren't. Like, Kuznetsov, I don't think was ever really a big playoff performer. I'm blanking on his name. Guy that came over to us. We just let him go. It's gonna bug me. Burakovsky. Burakovsky is not a playoff guy. Not at all. Like, he just doesn't have that, like, drive. But $2.50, $3, $1, $3, $2. $2 for Ivan Provetov. We got some guys trying to build some sets here. Sid is just in the terrible celly, just like the horse, like just the teeth out, just it's just a terrible, not a good look for him. But at the same time, the guy just won the goal, scored the golden goal, and now can do whatever he wants in Canada for the rest of his life. Like, Sidney Crosby does not have to pay for a single meal in Canada for the rest of his life, ever. Like, fun fact, Sidney Crosby graduated from my high school. True story. We make a big deal about it. He's not from where I'm from. Not at all. But he did all his schooling because he went to Rimouski for his junior hockey. And the guy that was the Rimouski scout for the Maritimes was he's a teacher. I had him for like a computer science class thing, but he was like, so he handled all of Crosby's schooling. So, fun fact. Yeah, Pittsburgh. Yeah, they kind of that game, Ovi won that game with the dueling hat tricks, and then he got him in the long run. So hard. Like I had one guy saying he was loading up on Andrew Kopp because he thought that New York could do really good, and he liked like Kopp's game for like the playoffs. And I don't think it like really paid off super high for him, but he was all for it. He was like, yeah, sure. I'm gonna buying this guy. I'm like, okay, whatever you think. Everyone's got different ways. Once again, I should have invested in a lot more guys than I probably have in my life. Again, I literally mentioned Mason McTavish 10,000 times on the opening boxes. So, it's on future PLL cards. Personally, I think it's a great start and has bright future, but just isn't as of now. Yeah, Zach, I'm obviously, I have way too many. I have a bunch. I thought they'd pop off a little bit more than what they did. Now, there's obviously like there is people that want them, like, but like I have like some low numbered Lyle Thompson and Jeff Teat, which is Jeff Teat, like he's the best, one of the best, if not the best player in the PLL, and I have them decently high, but like they're also like numbered at 10 and 15, and I haven't really got a whole lot of offers on them yet. So I think I like them for a long-term hold if you get the right guys. Said Jeff Teat, Lyle Thompson, Paul Rabel, Matt Rambos, even Zed Williams, Josh Byrne because he's exciting. So they're supposed to be doing a set for this this year. They Tops had announced it, and it just never. They haven't come out yet. I know there's a couple of guys that are like on Twitter, like tagging them like once a day, like where's our cards. Whether it happens or not, it is what it is. Obviously, the joys of the sports card hobby right now is that everybody's waiting for cards to pop off. $5. But I like PLL cards. I like lacrosse. I think if anybody watches the game of lacrosse, like it's hard not to be like, holy, like those guys are talented, and that's an exciting sport. So I try to once again, I try to bring like some vision to it. I try to bring some like vision's not the right word I was looking for. I try to bring an audience to it because I tried to open some, but also the packs though are getting like super high. Now I've sold some cards for decent amounts, but it's not for everybody. Vancouver. Hey, Marky, thanks again, man. I appreciate you coming in, chatting with everybody. It's been a good stream. Getting down to the nitty gritty for my young guns, but I got so much more. Oh, Barky, are you here? I'll give you a preview of something I hit in one of the football things. Yeah, Zach, they don't play with like anything. They play with like a little bit of elbow guards, and that's about it. Even the goalies, for me, I played box lacrosse growing up, and so for me, it's crazy to see the other way. For football, there's only a couple people in here. Before one of the episodes coming up, hit that at one of the blasters. So downtown Aaron Rodgers, it's like a $300-400 card, I think, American. So this is going into This is getting cleaned up and put in the degrading pile too, but it's sweet. It's actually funny. I was literally I was doing the divisions, the whole divisions thing, and I'm wearing an Aaron Rodgers jersey in the video, and I'm talking about him, and I'm, literally like singing his praises for like 5 minutes. And I knew I had a downtown because I could see the edges. So I'm like, oh, I know it's a downtown. I'm getting excited for it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this will be the last card I reveal. I'm gonna finish up talking about Aaron Rodgers and how the Packers are gonna win the NFC North and all this stuff. Blah blah blah. So I'm literally just blowing this guy for like the last 5 minutes of the thing, and I'm like, okay, here we go, last card, and I go to, I go to like pull the card away as I'm wearing the Aaron Rodgers jersey, as I just like talked about him for like 5 minutes and singing his praises, and anyways, here he is on the other side. I was like, once again, I always laugh and I always say it a lot, but I'm like, the things I pull that make zero sense and they're just so like funny to see that I pull them as I'm wearing a jersey, I'm talking about them, I have them in the background, whatever it is, like just that weird stuff. That is peak funny part. That's awesome. That's Nick. Career, I think it could be Trevor Lawrence. I really think that guy is going to be really good. I just hate the team. I hate the GM there so much. Anyone that watches any of my football videos know I hate the GM over there. Cannot stand him. I think he is destroying Trevor Lawrence's chances of being good in the NFL. Hate him. The card is filthy. That's getting graded. That's I need that in a PSA 10. But I also got another. Where's the other? I got another Aaron Rodgers around here somewhere. Over here. I get that too. I suppose that was like a case hit in absolute this year. It wasn't not. They had the kabooms, but they also had like this. Didn't catch on as much as the kabooms, but. I love Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I think Trevor Lawrence. I just think Trent Baalke's an idiot. So I'm waiting for like the Khan family to like ship Trent Baalke to like anywheres. Trey Lance, I have no idea what that guy's gonna be. He's played like 40 snaps of football. Doesn't throw a nice ball. People are like going crazy over that guy. He has potential, but I'm not gonna hitch my wagon to that guy for the next 20 years, or if I'm gonna like bet that guy's gonna be really good. I'm not gonna do that, because I don't trust him. But yeah. Mac Jones, I don't think Mac Jones is good. I think Mac Jones is fine, but I don't think Mac Jones has that potential to be a superstar. I just don't think he's got. I just don't think that's who he is. I think Mac Jones as a whole is, if he's a decent quarterback, fine, but I don't think he's like a guy that's gonna elevate his play to like really make you go, holy, like I think this guy's gonna be really good. So, personally, again, I could be wrong. I don't know everything. I'm just a dumb stooge, but Shesterkin. I'm gonna organize all these inserts I got. Artifacts of Kyle Connor. The only pack of artifacts I've ever opened. Pulled a Kyle Connor out of 500. Ilya Sorokin. Jordan Binnington. The light blue, I thought it used to be short print. Maybe it's not anymore. But the light blue, I thought was at one point was a short print. Now I could be wrong. Once again, I don't know everything. But I have a couple T-Laws coming in from Prism that I'm going to hopefully be able to ship off to get graded. I think he's a safe. I think he's a safe thing. Just being a first overall pick, and you can blame the GM, right? It's like hard against Jared Goff because you can't really blame the coach and the GM because the coach and GM are pretty good. The rest of the team is really good. So you can't, as Jared Goff, you can't really be like, oh, it's the coach and GM that's idiots and I'm perfect. It's like, no. Trevor Lawrence, though, I think has the chance to be like really good. I think you just got to get him in the right situation. But not hiring Mac Jones either. I only buy his cards to grade them and sell them for people. Like I have a friend that's a Mac Jones fan, but like I bought these off of Sam Rothstein from on Whatnot. I got these and I got an Orange Reactive, but they're just base stuff. I don't know. Like I said, I don't like anything but Patriots this year. I'm also a Patriots hater, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt. But it's always cool. It's a Team of Solani Millennium Signature Series. Team Auto. Pretty cool. Elias Lindholm, Cracked Ice. Ooh. Alex Galchenyuk. Ooh. POA. Rookie materials of there you go. Ovi and the Ice. Sam Reinhart, John Gibson, Peterson. Too many things going on right now. There's just I bought a lot of Zach Wilson because I thought Zach Wilson was super underpriced. Now whether Zach Wilson's ever going to become good, who knows, right? But obviously he's not starting off on the right foot, being injured. But Jordan Robertson, rookie file, Jake Ottinger, Braden Shen, Philip Broberg, I think that's a rookie. Holographics. But man, it's anything for Panini this year is like terrible. Like I have a Trevor Lawrence, he's over there somewhere, that I pulled and I was like pretty excited about it because I'm like, oh sweet, blue hyper, blah blah blah, this is gonna be awesome. Like print lines like crazy through the thing. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Like, what am I gonna do with that now? So there you go. The hot dog bandit himself, Phil Kessel. Have a whole pile here. It's all just Peachy Platinum vets. But I don't know. Who else is there? Davis Mills. I wouldn't put any money in Davis Mills. Like that's football of rookie quarterbacks. That's a whole nother level of like prospecting. Like Herbert, I can understand because at least Herbert's done something. He looks good. He's literally set like rookie records for like most this and that for the player in the first 2 years of playing football and blah blah. Like he's done it. Like all Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson and Davis Mills and Justin Fields, all they literally have done is look terrible since they came in. And like they're still selling for big money. It's like, how? Like what if this guy never becomes anything? You've literally just thrown a ton of money at this. It's wild. PG Platinum, Adam Fox, put him over there. Jimmy Schultz, rookie auto. Who remembers he pulling that? That's a big woof. Timo Meyer. There we go. Ovi. Vasilevsky. Spencer Knight. Zach McEwen. Where am I going to put that now? Vasilevsky. Oh, what a bad box that was. There we go. Mason McTavish red. Probably worth a couple bucks now. Josh Norris and the finite. It's only numbered to like 7,000. JK, 3,000. Da da da. Da na 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 na. Three of you left. I wish I could buy some cool Josh Allen stuff at Bills fan. Yeah, you can buy like if you like the cool stuff. Like it's hard, like but like you can find some stuff. Like Donner stuff is not terrible. Like it's all about budgets, right? Like I don't buy like I love Justin Herbert. Like that's my quarterback. Everything else, but like you know, if I find a good deal on something, I buy it. But like I don't have any like National Treasures or Flawless or like crazy stuff of Herbert. Like I pick up what I can, and if it's a good deal and I budget for it, you know, even for Josh Allen, just save up some money, right? Or make a couple sales and be like, oh yeah, whatever. If I gotta buy an optic PSA 9, like even though like don't get caught on the grade. Like yeah, 10 is cool, right? But like I have a bunch of like Justin Herbert stuff that's PSA that's like 9s, right? HGA, you can find HGA stuff sometimes for like stupid cheap on like on eBay and stuff. Like I had an HGA 9 Justin Herbert purple out of 50 optic, like you know everything you could want, and I got it for like almost half of what they go for because it's HGA and because it's a 9. It's like, oh okay, it's a 9, but it's still a sweet looking card. So 2020 stuff with Josh Allen, Justin. Yeah, like get some second year stuff, get some third, get some whatever, right? It doesn't have to be this year, right? It doesn't have to be, you know, it's rookie stuff, right? Maybe you grab a second year stuff. Maybe you do the optic rainbow and you've got some low numbered stuff of the stuff from now, right? Not, you know, it's all about what you want, right? You just take your time. You find some cool stuff. Maybe some Jake Neighbors. But yeah, you just like kind of find some stuff that you like, and I stopped. Prospecting is always so hard, no matter how you do it. You're trying to find the needle in the haystack, essentially, right? You're hoping that the one guy that you pick is going to be the next guy. And like the crazy thing is, you don't have any control over the GM or what they do and how they bring him up and what they put around him. So you really got to like look at a team as a whole. Like, do I think Trey Lance is like the best quarterback out of that 6 from last year? No. Would I buy a lot of Trey Lance this year? Yeah, right now. Even with his prices, I'd buy Trey Lance all day long right now. Because I think he's gonna, like, I think his cards are gonna go crazy. Because the Niners are about to go and win 12 games. And we saw Mac Jones last year. Nobody cares about what you do. Everybody just cares about, you know, they just care about what they can get. They just care about your record. That's all they care about. Care about nothing else, just your record. So it's a different world, football prospecting. Where the heck am I gonna put that? There. P.O. Joseph, there we go. I have Josh on Gabe Davis silver PSA 10. Sell them soon. Try to. Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like you could probably sell that Donruss PSA 10 and get like a cooler PSA 9 of something else, right? Like So it all depends on what you want. Like, it's your own personal decision at the end of the day of what you want. But I said I got here. I'll grab them. But like, give me a second. I'll go grab them. Da 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 da. You guys all get to listen to me from the other room. So here's my Herbert collection. Okay, this is for my optic. I love optics. My set. That's my favorite set. Out of everything, it's optic, and then it's distant for second. Mosaic maybe. So here's my Herbert collection. It's an HEA 9.5. I got it because I sent an offer to somebody. They had it like 280 or something like that. I offered like $200 a couple times. They eventually took it, 200 US. But there's a green laser, green velocity Herbert. It's 9.5. So not a 10, not a PSA. PSA 10 for that sells for like 3 times as much. Hollow. This is a PSA 10, but I got it for a good deal because there was a hair in the case inside, and you used to be able to see it really bad, and then one day it just like a gust of wind somehow got in there and you can't see it anymore. I have a bronze. It's a PSA 9. This one, once again, HGA 9. This one's out of 50. So like super low numbered. Bottom, there we go. It's out of 50. HGA 9. I've got it for 6 something American. Once again, not cheap by any stretch. But it's out of 50. Like, this raw sells for like over $1,000 now. This I had pulled for me to break. Then I graded it, but it came back a 9. Always going to keep that. This one I bought raw and then graded myself, but it's a 10, but it's a hyper. And then a HGA 9 pink. So, not the craziest, like, they're not all PSA 10s, you know, HGA stuff, because I find like the HGA stuff, like I don't care about the slab and the grade. If I want to regrade it, great, I'll regrade it for however much, right? And maybe I do it for a lot of them. Maybe I crack them and resubmit them. This was also in that. I'm going to crack and sub it, resub it and stuff. This is a 9. This was, before I graded that other raw one, and it came back a 10, this was my blue hyper in my collection. So, once again, it all depends on what you like, but go after the card, not the grade is the way I look at it. Especially when it's PC thing. Card, then grade. Even PSA 10s. There's a lot of PSA 10s. I literally showed that McKinnon earlier. It's a PSA 10. It's a terrible looking PSA 10. Like, I wouldn't pay the money for it, for being a PSA 10. Now, somebody will, but I wouldn't. I think it looks terrible. Where's the rookie dazzlers? Where did I bury those? Nope, right in front of my face. Haha. Some autos. Olio Levy, Darnell Nurse, Anthony Angelo. There's a beauty from what I opened. Adam Fox. Jake Ottinger. That's a decent one. It's a lure. Nicholas Baudin. There's my redemption. Took forever to come back. Not worth a thing. Brock Besser. A bunch of Brock Bessers rookies. Glossy rookie, and then some top rookies. Wow, that's the way I look at it. Buy the card, then not the grade. Yeah, you just, like I said, you flip enough until you get to the point where you're like, oh yeah, I've flipped enough that it makes sense. I can afford to buy this. You buy what you can afford. That's at the end of the day. That's the way I look at it. At the end of the day, it's. I know everyone tries to. I understand it's hard when you're looking online, and everybody online is selling $10,000 cards and buying $10,000 cards. Like, I understand it's hard to be like, oh my god, like, look at all these beautiful cards. I'm buying a card for not that much. This sucks, blah, blah. Like, do not look at it that way. Like, take your cards for what they are and get what you can and, like, never look back. Like, always be happy with what you are able to accomplish and whatever you have. Like I said, everyone starts somewheres. That's kind of the easiest way for me to say it. I think it was like Roth cards not long ago. He was like, "Here's what me like a year ago or 2 years ago, whatever it was," and it was like the cards he had, and it was like a bunch of like base stuff, right? So everyone's got a different way to do it in the hobby. Some people are gonna do it better than others. Some people are gonna go harder in on it and stuff than others. Again, it's up to you to decide how much you want to. If you're not comfortable with something, don't do it. It's easy as that. If you're not comfortable doing something, let somebody else take that risk. And Austin Matthews, glossy rookies. Try to sell that this weekend. Otter, Josh Norris, Kirby Dollar, Peyton Krebs, purple, 149. Ty Smith, now Pittsburgh Penguin Ty Smith. Auto streaky though. Yeah. So. I got a disaster going on here. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. Get me all worked up over here. Henrik Borgstrom. I gotta get on to the football stuff too. I want to do that tomorrow. Brendan Gallagher black. Ooh. Some exclusives. Seth Jones, Tyler Seguin, Drew Doughty, Connor, Dazzler, Alice Hemsky, game used. Okay. Well, guys, I'm gonna just plug away at this. Thank you all for anybody that's watched it. Appreciate all of you. And if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're watching this at a later date, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I got lots to do here. There's a whole lot of... This is all the stuff I'm doing right now. You and Oscar? Cat just showed up. This is the mess that I'm dealing with right now. Just a absolute cluster. I know it looks all pretty, and from there it looked great. It's like, oh yeah, you get 3 stacks of cards. No, I got 10,000 stacks of cards right now. So I'm getting close to the point where I'll have enough money in my card account to keep rolling out grading orders every month or so. Once I get that point, yeah, like that's. Before I not give me another one. That's like me. Like I've been like really hard. I'm just gonna switch off that. This will be like a little outro. Just put this down. I was like been looking at that as if it was a mic for the last little bit. Yeah, like that was like my thing too. Like I just started like grading, like cards. I should sell more than I have so far. But at the same time, like, it's all about grading. Like, you can make so much money. If you know what to do and you get good at it, like, and obviously it's all up to the grader. It's all up to, did Buddy's girlfriend break up with him the day before or not? Is that going to get you a PSA 10 or a PSA 9? Who knows, right? But, like, it's one of those things, like, just the amount of money, like, this order I put in the PSA. So I pulled the Justin Fields. I bought the 3 Zach Wilsons. But let's do the 3 Zach Wilsons. The 3 Zach Wilsons, I bought them for $60 Canadian a piece. I graded them for $65, so I ended them for like $125. And I'm in to say like 3 of them in them for $375, and I could sell them for at least $700. Right, so I'm almost pretty much doubling up my money on those 3 cards at least, and that's a guy that he's just got pretty much tore his ACL. Like if he had had a good preseason and was healthy this whole time, he could have been even more, right? So it's like grading is the way to go. If you get good at it, you're able to do it. Once again, that's why I stick to like for value, stick to like PSA if you're able to. If you just want quick turnarounds, if you like are going to shows all the time or doing whatever, you have access to like new stuff. Like SGC is super quick. Like guys are getting stuff back in like a week. It's like crazy. Like they're getting it, grading it, slabbing it, everything in like a 2-day period, and then getting it back out to you. Like that's just, you can just flip those so quick. For me, it's a lot of the values I want to sell them at shows and stuff, and we don't have as many. But SGC is like a crazy thing. If you could just pump them out, now you're not going to make as much. But if you just want to have some big cards and you don't care about how long it takes to come back, then just do PSA. Like once again, if you get to know how to do it, it's crazy. I'm getting close to but anyways, yeah. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. So I'm gonna stop ranting. Nick, thank you once again. Everybody else, Marky Mark, I can't remember your name. Outdoors, thank you for chiming in. Once again, anybody else that was chiming in at some point. Nick, who else we got? R. Burks was in here. Anyways, the whole list of you. Anybody that stopped in tonight, appreciate you guys all for watching. And for Eric or From the Bench, we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, guys. See you, Nick.